Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons and Dragons. That's how to start. That's how to start the year. Well done. Welcome. We missed you guys. Happy New Year.
2019.
We're here.
Really glad to be back.
Holidays were way too short, or way too long, or both, depending. But anyway, we're back. And as part of that, we're going to kick in first with our announcements before we get into tonight's episode. So first and foremost, we have our fantastic returning sponsor going into the second year of their support of our campaign here in Wildmount, D&D Beyond.
D&D Beyond. So, guys, I know we don't get political on this show a lot. This is a place where we can get lost in the story and the characters and not think about government shutdowns or Dems or Republicans and all that. But tonight, I'm going to change all that. I'm going political. Not just political. I'm going super political because tonight, it's a big announcement. I'm going to announce my candidacy.
Oh.
No.
I'm running a campaign I'm going to run for the office of president of D&D Beyond. This is not a joke. I am running a year-long campaign that will culminate in a vote, and you will elect, I hope, me to be the president of D&D Beyond. You might have questions. First of all, is there a president of D&D Beyond? I don't know. Is it an elected office? Probably not. But that doesn't matter to me because I am driven to make this happen. And tonight, I'm going to kick off my campaign as every great campaign does. Play that music with a rousing, inspirational campaign speech. When in the course of tabletop RPGs, it becomes necessary to throw off the shackles of paper and pencil and assume the organizational powers of the iPad, we hold these truths to be self-evident. That all player characters are created equal except bards who are more awesome. That all monsters shall be organized not by the color of their skin, but by the challenge rating of their character. That all people enjoy freedom of religion except in Wildmount because they be assholes. That monks somehow be allowed to attack like 14 times around. And that everyone sign up for D&D Beyond.
Yes.
For too long, D&D Beyond has suffered under the terrible leadership of someone? I didn't look it up, but whoever they are, I know they have failed. For example, have you seen the guy they've tapped to do their advertising? Terrible. Friends, if you elect me, I will insert campaign promise here. Now, I don't know what my campaign promises are, but I will for the next rally. Oh, and slogans. I need a slogan, and you guys can help. Something like, make Exandria great again, or I like Pike, or we are all the Sam we believe in, or something. But if you have a good slogan for me for my campaign, go on Twitter and tweet it to @D&D Beyond with the hashtag Sam for President. In conclusion. Conclusion.
It's that empty there.
What do we have to fear but fear itself? Those who refuse to learn from history are doomed to televise the revolution, so ask not what your country can do for you. Let them eat cake. And Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. Thank you, and God bless D&D Beyond.
Where's the wave? There you go. Wow.
There'll be more campaign events as the year progresses.
Yeah.
I'll need to choose a campaign manager. I'll need some slogans. I'll need some logos. One of you will be running against me, and we'll find this out as the year progresses.
If you lose, will there be a concession speech?
I won't lose.
Oh, okay.
What if none of us want to write a speech?
I'll get Danny Carr to do it.
Sweet.
All righty. Thank you very much, Sam.
Wow. Wow.
And thank you, D&D Beyond. All right.
And also sorry.
Also really sorry for everything. Sorry, whoever might be the president of D&D Beyond. I'm sorry. Last one I cursed.
Sitting at his desk, paranoid, looking over his shoulder. Yeah.
So with the new year, we have a bunch of new shows coming up. You can join us on Tuesday, January 15th next week at 4 p.m. Pacific at twitch.tv/Critical Role for Main Drop, new show in which we come in and mess around with the delightful MAME cabinet that we created as part of All Work No Play. Super incredible, cutting edge technology that was really cool about 10 years ago, but it took this long for me to actually get one in my midst, and I'm super excited about it.
It's awesome.
It's awesome. It's the best.
I thought you said cutting ass technology.
It cuts the ass, let me tell you.
That should be the phrase.
Right?
That's true, yeah. And on Wednesday, January 23rd at 5 p.m. Pacific, on our Twitch channel, you can tune in for Pub Draw, new creative series featuring Babs Tarr, fantastic artist and friend to the show and channel, doing fantastic lessons on how to draw various themes.
It's not titties, you can't show nips. Nope, this is fine.
It's all
Oh, is that Siri?
It's all titties.
That's awesome.
Yes, it is. That's totally Siri. There you go.
I have Witcher vision. Getting more so the gray patch.
Yeah, baby.
I haven't grown this out in a long time, and it comes out. I'm like, oh, I'm getting old.
Keep it coming.
Oh boy.
You didn't know it was gonna be there?
I knew it was starting to get a little gray, but like
Every time you do one, it's a brand new surprise.
More.
Yeah.
It's just straight wisdom. That's all it is.
Tackling with your mortality. Finally, Between the Sheets is coming back, folks. Super excited. Join us for the first episode of Season 2 on Monday, January 28th at 7 p.m. Pacific here at twitch.tv/Critical Role. We have a lot of really awesome guests lined up for this. Super excited to announce nothing yet, but keep an eye on our social media and such for announcements as they come. Also, next week, January 18th through January 20th, we have our first Critical Role art gallery, celebrating the fantastic community artists that have been there from day one, and then some that have done incredible art pieces that are going to be on display as part of the Art of Exandria art show. I'm wanting to do this for years. We finally were able to put it together. Even just seeing some of the art that was starting to be put up.
We were at the gallery yesterday looking at stuff blown up. We're going to be back tomorrow looking at other stuff blown up, and it was overwhelming to see the work, the art that you guys have made blown up larger than life. It's gonna be emotional.
Yeah. So over 50 pieces of art will be on display at the gallery throughout that entire weekend, from Friday to Sunday of next week. Come and check it out. It's at Gallery Nucleus. You can look for all the info you need about it at critroll.com/events. And I believe with that. Whoa. Wait.
I don't have an announcement, but I just want to thank a couple of people.
Oh, yeah.
First I want to thank at chaotic_redhead on Twitter, not Marisha Ray, a different one, for sending in this great hat right here. We got this one.
Use that tonight.
That was a
Pretty
really
good.
nice one.
Oh,
That's awesome.
that's not the last one. There were 4 octopus hats sent in today. 2 were for me, and 2 were for Brian Foster.
This is magnificent.
Look at this
My God.
amazingness. This one,
Work it.
this one. Oh, I tell you who it's.
Hair looks so lovely.
This one is from Knitting Batman on Instagram. No, I cannot see. No, I can see. I can
That's the
see.
point of all of this.
Yeah. As you were, Matthew.
This is.
It looks like beautiful curls.
I would have dramatic interaction with that, please.
Find Familiar
Tentacles are done.
has now the best feat.
Yep.
Or best spell. So yeah, hold that, because I'm going to hold that to you. And whenever you start using Frumpkin in that way, keep it on standby. All right. So, I believe now, without further ado, let's jump in to the first 2019 episode of Critical Role.
The adventure begins. They were always beside you, your nerdy best friends, and the DM to guide you. And they rise from the flames for the battles ahead. Villains beware, 'cause you're about to be dead. They got magic and flair, they got falchions and cunning. They don't see over there, there's a monster incoming. Inspiration is waiting, rise up, don't think twice. Put your fate in your hands, take a chance, roll the dice.
welcome back. So, last we left off, yeah, that's good. Last we left off, the Mighty Nein, after surviving their encounters in Dark Toe, traveling to and from Urukazel, and managing to release one of the gathered orbs of Ukutoa's ceiling. You made your way to the depths of the Diver's Grave and recovered the third of these orbs that you've come across, two of which now reside within Fjord's person. You then proceeded on towards what you believed to be the location of one of these temples through a series of visions you've had by Ukutoa. I knew it was coming. You made your way towards this archipelago, looked around, set your ship in the center, cast water breathing on the group, and you all dove down beneath the waters and found this kind of slightly angled ruin, this partially crumbled temple that sits there at the base of the ocean floor. You saw this long, straggling pieces of seaweed slowly waving with the water, and what looked to be drowned bodies tangled in them that, upon your approach, began to clamber towards you. You fought off a number of them, managed to clear that space, and then investigate within the interior of this temple tower. Looking inside with a bit of light, there looked to be some sort of large mutant crustacean-like creatures all gathered up on the inside. Not entirely certain of the number, just a series of what looked like claws and armor and barnacles. And backing away, you all just set yourselves on the ocean floor about 50, 60 feet away from the base doorway. And that's where we left off. So, Mighty Nein, let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh, shit. I'm just getting in it.
I forgot how to play.
I know I did too.
Well, you better hurry up quickly.
Oh no. Okay,
Oh, I rolled a natural 20. I did it. I remember.
Oh,
Like
you
right in
really?
the bag.
Yes, I did.
That's amazing.
are we all at the top of the tower? Are some of us at the bottom of the tower?
Oh, I did plus.
That's one totally and Ashley. Well, Jesus.
Whoa, whoa.
All right, so
Oh, see, that should have been on your
go ahead and
playlist.
organize yourself
Next one.
where you would like to be in this area.
Were we all together? We were all at the base of
You
the
said you
tower,
were all
right?
together at the base,
Yeah,
about
we
50,
just
60
joined
feet away from the
forces.
base of the tower.
And this is after lighting up the inside and then backing away from it? Is that how it went down?
You were clambering on top of it.
Yeah, you were kind
and
of
looked inside and then moved off
down.
the edge.
And that's the door. That's the door that I'm seeing right here.
Yeah, we sent
Yep.
in the dead guy through that door. Is it just on the other side of this griefy?
Yeah.
Griefy? Sure.
The griefy right there.
A
Yeah.
little griefy? Like that griefy?
I like the water. I like the water.
All right.
The other side. Is there a door on the other side?
We should kick up a bunch
Or
of sediment.
it's just one door?
What you know right now, there's just
Yeah,
this
we
one
can do
door
that,
here,
though.
Just-
and it looks like a lot of cracked sections of the stone.
Yeah.
Didn't we have? No. Did we? Was that a different time?
What?
Our seaweed stealths.
We did coming up to
That
this.
was earlier.
Okay.
So it's been I think it's been 10 minutes.
Initiatives, 25 to 20.
22.
21.
22.
Whoa.
Look at all of us.
I hate going over
This tastes like Salisbury steak.
Why you eat a hamburger with a fork and knife?
It's really
Are
messy.
you a communist?
It's really messy.
20 to 15.
Seinfeld episode.
Nobody 2015? Fuck.
All right.
Boy.
Okay.
High violent.
Well,
15 to 10.
12.
11.
11.
All right. Fjord, Jester, and Caduceus.
And Yasha rolled a 7. Oh. Sorry, Ashley.
And Yasha.
We haven't been attacked yet. We just heard a commotion inside.
Correct.
Okay. Okay.
It's such a benign correct.
Okay.
Sure, nothing wrong here.
So-
In the middle of initiative.
Bo, Not, you guys are up first. Not has a higher dexterity, so technically you can go first unless you want to coordinate something together.
What are we doing?
What's happening?
Here? Should we go in and investigate through one of these cracks?
Do you want to flank and we can kind of peek in,
Sure.
do a little scouting?
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, clearly the top
Okay.
is the damage, right? I don't think they
The
can.
damage? What does that mean? Is
Well,
the
I mean,
damage?
like big, we think, right?
Okay.
So
We saw them.
they're not going to come through that little door, right?
Crustacean.
Things, of which I think there are 3.
We don't know how many. There were a lot of them moving around.
Well,
You saw a lot of movement inside.
Why don't we get close to the door in case something comes out, and we'll ready our attacks.
Okay.
I was going to say, it's been a while. I thought the plan was to try and draw things out through the door.
It was.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
well then that
That
would
works.
work well for our
Okay.
previously aforementioned plan.
Yeah, let's do that. So, Not and I will get in position, flank the door, and hold our attacks in case something runs out.
get that far. Okay.
Yeah.
So, from over here. Look. 15, 20 for you for 1 movement.
Go ahead and use my bonus.
You can use your action to get over here if you want to. Or you can use a key point and bonus, because
And
it's
then
half.
right,
movement.
and then hold my action,
got
right?
it.
So I'll do that and use a key point.
Okay. Not.
I will use action and bonus to get over there-ish. How far can I get?
That's as close as you can get. right
Okay. And I'm somewhat obscured by the aquarium.
now. Maybe.
Okay. And I'll hold action of the Tinker Top Bolt Blaster
You got it.
in case anything comes out.
So as you guys kind of slowly bound along the sea floor, your feet gently pushing into the silt, soft against the base of your foot, you both kind of flank around each side of the open doorway, preparing yourselves for any sort of physical interaction. Ending both your turns, that brings us to Caleb. What are you doing?
I am going to use my movement to get behind this rock, and I am going to, I'm about 30 feet away from Nod. I'm going to hold the haste spell for the moment I see her starting to attack something.
To bow?
No, to not.
To not. Got it. Alrighty. Finishing Caleb's go.
Healing potion, right? So you mark that down.
It's further around than you think.
Alrighty.
Oh, the door.
There's a faint pause
Oh, Jesus.
as you're holding back and preparing your spell. You watch as 2 kind of elongated bluish-green hands kind of peer through some sort of a humanoid-looking creature, but its skin somewhat of a deeper bluer tint than perhaps the fish humanoids that you had battled on the way in. You see it kind of peeks through and glances out towards those of you that are currently still visible across the way. Its face humanoid, eyes kind of a dull, sunken, yellowish green color, but where its mouth is, you can see it's like this kind of 2 flaps of skin that kind of fold in. It's almost like a central mouth that is vertical. Ooh. Kind of peeks out. You see almost like rubbery, dark tendrils that pull off of its head like a thicker predator, just beyond the interior.
Inside?
On the inside, yes.
I was scared and frightened.
As it peers through, its jaw opens up, splits open. You can see immediately 2 rows of teeth on the inside, and the bony projections that kind of hold it open. It kind of gives it this almost like 6-foot wingspan of open jaw to each part. It gives this dull scream, this the screaming noise as it begins to dart forward.
6 foot.
From the doorway? From the
doorway.
where?
So first off, immediately, Not and Bo, who are holding actions, go for it.
Ooh, ew, look at it.
Natural 1.
That'll
Happy
do it.
2019.
There you go.
What
that
the
would
hell is
trigger
coming
Caleb
off of-
casting haste on Not if I saw her attack.
Correct.
Yeah.
So for the time being,
Wow.
you are considered hasted, and Caleb, you are concentrating on haste.
But that doesn't apply until my next round.
Correct.
Okay. I rolled a 26 to hit.
That does hit.
Okay. Do I get sneak attack? Or did she
Because
see me?
apparently it does not see you, and it's adjacent to Bo at the time as it rushes through and begins to. It just rushes past Bo. It seems more focused on the group in the back. So your attack does hit, and you do get sneak attack.
Okay. Okay. That is 18 plus 8. That's 26 points of. No. Plus 5. Sorry. 25 points.
25
of damage.
points of damage.
Yes.
You got it. So as the creature begins to skulk through and kicks off the stone outside of this temple, it swims at a faster speed than you were expecting. And as it darts past Bo swings but just goes wide, no impact with the staff. You, however, use that moment, watch as the bolt from the crossbow sinks into its chest. It braces it but keeps darting forward, using the rest of its movement to go.
+5 is 25. Yes.
I turn to the group and I go, one's coming your way.
Yeah, we fucking see it.
I turn to the group and go, ah!
Which, it's a unique sound because you hear not scream go, ah! Right as its voice and screams out this high-pitched, three-toned whine that causes all of you to reach for your ears. I need everybody within 30 feet to go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw, please.
You guys get an extra
That does
D4.
include...
Yes.
Okay.
We do?
Yes.
Wow.
Me
You
too.
know, we're left.
Yes.
Bo,
Natural 20.
Wisdom.
Forward.
Bo,
Ford,
Yasha,
natural
and
20.
Ford.
Saving.
Get a D4.
It went 19 and then went...
A 13 for Yasha.
Okay,
Oh, and I
Yasha.
can add a D4 from being blessed.
Did you add your
Okay.
D4?
I did.
11. Still not good.
Okay, so Yasha and Ford are all right. Bo, the rocking pain in your head causes your vision to go white and your muscles kind of seize up, and you are stunned for the next round. Caleb? 15. You just barely managed to shrug it off, no issue. Not?
6.
6. You, as you feel the adrenaline burst into your system and you begin to move backward, preparing your next bolt, it sears into your brain, and your scream just immediately cuts to a halt as your lungs hold in place. Jester? Natural 1. You as well find yourself doubling over here, your feet pulling up towards your chest as you kind of float and drift to the side, just clutching yourself. Caduceus.
13.
13, you just managed to shrug it off. It hurts, and you hear it go up to block it, but as soon as you shake it off, your eyes focus forward. All right, that's going to end its turn. That brings us to Fjord.
Yeah, I'm going to use my 30 feet of movement with my mariner's armor, and I'm going to move, let's see, north on the map. As far as I can.
30.
Great.
And don't forget, you guys can swim, so there is an up and down if you need it.
Right. And I will, with my bonus action, I'll keep it for now. I don't know what else is in there yet. I'm going to fire off 2 Eldritch Blasts at his bitch ass.
Go for it.
That's 12, probably won't hit.
12 does not hit.
Damn. And a 15.
15 does hit.
Ooh, thank God for
So
that.
the first one, it sees you move, and you see its brow kind of furrow, realizing that you weren't impacted by the scream. The first one, it ducks out of the way, it spins around, and you just catch it with the second hit.
10 points of Eldritch Blast damage.
10 points of Eldritch Blast damage. You got it. All right, Fjord, that ends your go. Jester,
Yes.
you are stunned.
I am.
All right. Yep. But you will have your next turn. It only lasts until the end of its next turn.
Okay.
So as you kind of sit there and grasping at your head, you can like taste iron in your mouth, just mingling with the ocean.
I bit my tongue.
All right, that brings us to Caduceus.
Wow, I see how this is going. I'm going to cast Bless and hit Caleb, Knot, and Jester.
Okay, so you guys have blessed now. You have dual blessed most of the part. This is actually a pretty good combo. Alrighty.
So I'm blessing that, and then I'm going to move out of the way. I'm going to go around that rock and over to the side there, anywhere I can get over there, just to get a little bit
Along
of
the
distance.
ground?
Yeah, probably go up a little bit.
Okay.
I want to be able to keep an eye on things.
We'll put you at about there.
Yeah.
All right, that ends Caduceus's go. At this point, you hear this kind of scratching sound and skittering. The doorway that was right there, you watch as something kind of clawed tries to pull through and then shoves into it. You watch as the stone around the entrance kind of breaks open and the entryway opens slightly. As bursting forth,
Oh God, what is that?
Oh God, oh God, oh
What?
one of the creatures from the inside that you had seen before.
Oh, these cameras can't see it.
You see you saw a glimmering hint of it looking below, but you see this large crustacean-like entity that has heavy, like pincer claws. This face just kind of descends into tendrils, these like tiny little tentacles that writhe and curl under its mouth. It has a pair of 4 legs, very arachnid-like, that kind of scurry across the ground. You also watch as another one skitters up to the top. twice there.
Oh god!
Oh,
And
Jesus.
another one from the other side.
No,
How
not
do they get all
cool.
the way up? Can they climb walls up?
Swim.
They can swim too.
They can swim! What are we thinking?
Alrighty. The one that's next to Bo is going to go ahead and take 2 strikes at you with its pincers. You are, so it's advantage.
Is that like an auto crit?
Advantage.
If they're paralyzed.
No, if you're stunned, stunned is not paralyzed. Paralyzed is different than that. That's a whole person thing. So yeah, that is a 24 to hit. So you take from the impact on that one, dual 6s on 2d6. That's 16 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh.
And you are grappled.
And I'm grappled.
The other attack is going to be
Piece of shit. Why
18 to hit.
miss.
Miss.
Yep.
Yeah.
Class is 19.
So,
Bracers!
as you pull back, even though you're stunned, it grapples you with one hand and goes to try and grab you with the other, and you just manage, while still stunned, to pull it just out of its grasp. However, you are grappled, so it's going to go ahead and use its tentacle attack on you as well. So you need to go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
If we hit it, do you think it might break the grapple?
Usually you have to try and pull somebody out of a grapple or push it away from
But
them.
she's in claws. She's grappled in claws.
Even worse.
Oh, thank you, Gil. 21 plus a 4 from Bless, so 25.
25. As it pulls you in with its grappled claws, tentacles kind of making it reach towards your shoulders and neck, and like a jellyfish, you feel the sting hit you, but you manage to just writhe enough away, and whatever toxin that it's trying to release and pour into your system doesn't actually find purchase within your internal body.
God, no, I'm not into that. No.
So that's goes up there. All right, yeah, that's their turn. That brings us to Yasha.
Yasha will advance on El Aqua Screecher, gentleman.
Okay.
And she will unleash 2 swipes with the Magician's Judge. With her bonus action, she would like to rage.
There you go.
Thank you.
Good, remember?
D4 attached to each throw.
Yeah, because of blast. 10, 16, 18 to hit.
18 hits.
First one hits, and the second one, 7, 15, 19.
Also hits.
Great.
Both attacks hit.
6. The third one is 3d6. 6.
Bo, not you're on deck for next one.
8. 10. 13 points. I'm sorry, 15 points on the first one. And on the second one, 2. 3. That's not great. 6. 8 points on the second one of slashing damage.
All right, as she swings through. Oh, this is against.
Sorry, 10 points. To add 2 more on that. I forgot the range. Sorry.
Oh, so yeah. Alrighty. Got on the wrong sheet. So as Yasha moves forward, sword swinging, and she has both those attacks technically have disadvantage because you're underwater.
They do.
So roll once for each again.
Yep.
Just to see.
Is that all of us?
Actually, are you affected by it with your Mariner's armor?
I'm not, but she is.
But she is. That's right.
Yeah. 16. That is 19 for the first one.
Yep, still hits.
Second one that's a natural 19.
Yeah, all right, cool. She's fine.
Cool.
So, sword, while still resistant against the water, manages to strike twice and carving into this creature who had already taken the blasts from the other members of your party. You watch as the blood around it begins to fill the area with this kind of dark blue, purple, crimson coloring. That finishes Yasha's turn?
It does.
All right, bring us to the top. Bo and Knot, you're up.
We're stunned, and we're stunned, right?
Yep.
Are we done being stunned?
Nope. You will be soon.
This is the round.
So that's your turn. You're no longer stunned. Bring us to Caleb.
Boo.
Sucks.
Yeah, I'm going to move half my movement, so is that 3? 3.
3, correct.
I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 to here and fire off magic missiles at this one by Yasha at a level 2.
All right. Four missiles.
Terrible rolls. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage total?
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
Yes, I do. Plus 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage, all right. As it's taken the blast from all of them, carved through by Yasha, it starts trying to back away as the missiles through the water, kind of carving these little paths of bubbles behind them, slamming to each side. It just kind of drifts there, lifeless in the water next to Yasha.
Oh, amazing!
Oh, wow.
One down.
Amazing.
Okay,
I gotta remember
okay.
Gotta remember it.
All right. That ends Caleb's turn. It's your movement and action, correct?
Yeah.
Holding on to your haste. It is now that creature's turn, but it's dead. Fjord, you're up.
Oh shit, that's already me?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to get that close to it. That thing is grappling crazy. Can I kick up 15 feet and back 15?
Sure. Back this way? This way?
Away from the target.
I'll put you right up there.
Yeah, I'll take it.
So as you up in the air around it.
And I will again throw 2 Eldritch Blasts.
Go for it.
It's a natural 19 and
against which one?
The guy in the lower.
All right, gotcha.
Natural 19 is 26 to hit on the first one, and the second one is a 19.
Both hit.
Okay, great. D10. Lots of dice. Lots of dice for 2 different characters.
Just range.
9 plus 5. 14 on the first one, and 13 on the second one. Nice. Those are good.
You got it.
And with my bonus action, I will do nothing yet.
Okay. That ends Fjord's turn. Jester and Caduceus, you guys are up next.
Okay.
Both concentrating on Bless, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, mark that for each of you as well.
Okay.
So what you doing?
For my bonus action, I'm going to cast spiritual weapon. I'm going to cast spiritual weapon.
Yeah. We'll talk about that other thing later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, where would you like for it to be?
Up by these guys.
Okay, and the range on that is 60 feet?
Yeah. Spiritual.
Yeah, so you can definitely get it. You want it on this edge, here? Between
Like
the
right
two?
in between them.
Alrighty.
And it's going to attack the one that is close to the wall.
All right, go for it. Take it, strike.
Mother.
Boom, boom, boom.
What do I add anything?
Spell, melee.
Why do I forget how to play?
It's been a few weeks.
It's been a few weeks. How'd your spell, your
My wisdom?
your spell attack bonus, which is your profile, your proficiency bonus, plus your wisdom modifier.
Smell nice.
I know that.
That's probably
Spell attack.
The difference is 3 weeks can.
So, 15.
15, that hits. No, it doesn't. It just misses. Oh shit! Sorry.
Wait, you have a. It's an attack. You get an extra D4.
You do. You're blessed by Caduceus.
So.
Oh, you did.
Oh, you did roll your D4. Never mind.
Sorry.
Flash of emotion.
It swings through. It manages to hit the side of its body and then scrape off of its hard armored exterior.
That's okay. I'm going to cast Sacred Flame at it.
Same one over here.
Yeah.
All right. So is that its dexterity?
Dexterity save.
That is going to be a 7.
Yeah, it hits.
Go
Go
roll
fuck
damage.
yourself, crab.
I missed this.
8 plus 4, 12.
12. All righty.
Someone hit it. Thank God.
All right. Watches the flame kind of bursts around it. It seems to kind of just shrug it off. That ends your turn? You gonna stay where you are? Yeah. All right. Caduceus.
I'm going to use my bonus action to throw a quick healing word at the bow.
I'm going to actually step behind the rock.
This way?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, into the rock.
That's just 6 hit points. Sorry.
Although I like that Yasha is kind of the rock. I'm just going to
And then I am going to hold. I'm going to get a little bit away from the tower before you. I'm gonna just try and stay in range of that one, but circle around away from these fuckers.
Circle around this way?
Yeah, around like that. And the one that has bow, I'm going to hold a. What is it called? Path to the Grave, until Yasha attacks, and so I'm gonna hold my thing for Yasha to hit it.
Okay.
So this guy down here at the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're holding your action for that?
Yeah.
You got it. All right. Ending Caduceus's go. It's their turn.
Oh boy.
So this one here that has bow grappled is going to spin around and this way open the doorway, which is going to this guy here. Both of them are going to leave behind this region. This guy's going to double move.
Oh. No,
this one's going to come down and get into melee with you.
Oh well.
No. There's a lot
But that's
of
its
movement.
turn.
Yeah.
It dashed, moved,
Okay.
and dash. This one here is going to go ahead and swoop down. Same thing, move and dash. It's going to go ahead and head towards Yasha.
Well, that'll do it anyway.
Yeah.
And
Did you focus it on one guy or on
And then,
I
and
saw
then,
There's another
and
one.
then,
through the doorway here.
Oh God.
He was just hanging out, slow
Yep.
playing that shit?
Yep.
You son of a bitch.
He is going to attempt to move past Bo, which Bo, if you want to take it, even though you're grappled, you can take your attack of opportunity to stop it or let it go.
Is she still stunned, or is this out of?
Did my stun wear off?
yeah,
Yeah.
the guy died.
Yeah, he's dead. You're no longer
I
stunned.
might as well. It would go to waste anyway.
Okay.
Right?
If you do.
Up to you.
If I don't,
You're
then...
grappling like
I
you're
didn't like
running
his
by.
face. I didn't
Up
like
to you.
his face
What are you
the
going
way
to
you said it. He's gonna turn on you. You have 2 on you.
And then have 2 on me. Plus 7, 24.
do? 24 hits. Go and roll damage.
Plus another 4 with bless that I didn't do.
That's fine.
That's just a regular old offhand attack, right?
Is everyone attacking at disadvantage like Yasha was?
You should be. Oh, attack roll one more time.
You're still
I think
okay.
I'm still
Yep.
good.
You're still
You
good.
can roll that d4.
6 damage.
6 points of damage. All right. You got it. So we have 2 of them that dash down, swimming through the water, just kind of curling through the water, and then 2 stuck on Beauregard. So you are grappled by the first one.
Beauregard.
There you go. It's going to make 2 pincer attacks and tentacles against you.
I'm stuck on Beauregard, 'cause Bo is stuck on me.
A natural 4 and a natural 2. It's going to be a
Yes.
10 and an 8. So you're still grappled. You're still holding it, but like can't quite like squeeze onto the other one. Can't quite snap at you.
Right now.
Make another Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Doing that tentacle shit.
Plus a d4.
Plus a d4, plus a d4.
I love blessed man.
14. Plus another 3, so 17.
17, all right. The tentacles towards you, and you kind of just dodge out of the way, keeping it at bay. It's kind of barely touching the edge of your neck as you're
Thank you,
trying to
Bless.
shove it in the past. The other guy swings around after being impacted by you and it's make 2 pincer attacks against you as well.
That part. That part. Natural 3 and natural 5.
Natural 20 and natural 19.
Oh, you're so
Not even joking.
Which?
So I'm pretty sure that hits you.
What, are you gonna do
Both
something?
times.
Can
Can you do something? Can you do something? Cat, do something.
Yeah, no, that's I'm not 30 feet away from that, am I?
No.
No.
Damn it. Okay, never mind.
All right. So for the non-crit, that is going to be 13 points of bludgeoning damage. Crit
Non-crit. 13.
is going to be
13.
22 points of bludgeoning damage.
22.
Correct. And I need you to make another Constitution saving throw. As this one's, as this one, you managed to dodge and pull away from the first one, barely noticing the other one come up from behind, clasp on you and grapple you. You're now grappled by each of them. They're both kind of, one of them has you by the torso, the other by the legs, and they're almost pulling you in half.
Oh God.
As it gets another claw onto the side and it reaches, and its tentacles begin reaching towards your shoulders. What'd you roll?
14.
14.
Is that with the d4?
That's okay. You managed to resist the toxins. You managed to just pushing back and forth. Both of their heads are like pulling towards you. It's closing in your space, and all you see is a smattering of claws, angry alien faces, and what looks to be red filling the water around you. Your own. That finishes their turn. Yasha's up.
Right. Yeah, she is gonna deal with the what are these called? We don't know.
You don't know.
I see her attacking, and
She's gonna deal with Carl right in front of her.
Okay.
And she's gonna reckless against these some sums of bitches.
You got it. So straight attack on these.
Straight attack. Okay, sorry. Here we go. 10 plus 16, 18 to hit.
18 hits.
Okay, and the second one I'll just get out of the way. So, that's a 22. That hits. 23.
All right. So roll damage for the first attack, which is doubled because creature's vulnerable because of Caduceus seeing Yasha strike towards it, goes ahead, focuses divine energy, and makes it briefly vulnerable to the strike.
All damage is doubled?
Correct.
On the
So-
first one?
Yep.
Okay, so it's 3d6. So that's 8. 12. Plus 3 is 15. Plus 2 is 17. So 17 times 2.
34 points of slashing damage against the first guy.
That's right.
Second one.
Is that Yasha?
Yeah, 5, 7, Plus 3 is 10, 12. 12 points of slashing damage for the second one.
Oh. So as it swims down and lands, Yasha just carves into it with each strike. You watch as part of its underbellied shell cracks open slightly, and bits of like dull grayish black liquid begin to kind of fill the area around it. Its head kind of streaks back, and its tentacles go wild, and you can see from the inside what looks to be like a strange series of clear tendrils that come out of an interior mouth. It's this brief moment of this really creepy alien physicality, but Yasha is just focused and raging and swinging the blade as hard as she can, ending her turn, bringing us to the top of the round. Bo and Knot, you guys are up.
Night-bish.
I'll go first.
Okay.
I don't know how powerful they are, but I don't think I can kill one on one shot. So, and we got to get you out of this grapple.
So I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's okay, just my teeth.
Oh, buddy.
Oh no, he's had the worst luck. So I think just seeing in the predicament that Bo is in, I'm going to cast Phantasmal Force against one of the ones that is grappling her.
Okay. Let's see here. All right, so there's an intelligence saving throw. They are not intelligent.
I assume.
That is cocked. That is a 12 minus 3.
Okay.
9.
Good. So they fail.
So which one of these and which one do you create? What do you create?
It doesn't much matter because they both have. I just want one of them to drop her grapple. So, so I'm gonna do the one closer to me.
Okay.
And with the image that they see and feel is that of a tiny goblin girl jumping on its face and biting it in the eye, and I can roll for damage.
Yes, you can.
So they suffer 3 points of damage, and they have a goblin on their face covering their eye.
Both of them, or just one?
Just the one.
Both
the one.
Both the one. Just the one
gotcha.
creature.
Yeah. So as soon as we'll get to what it does on its turn. But yeah, as soon as you complete the spell, you watch as his head suddenly jerks back twice, 3 times. You get the sense it's had effect.
Okay. Because I'm hasted, do I get a second
You do.
attack? Okay, I will now attack the other one with my Tinker Top Bolt Blaster.
Go for it.
Oh wait, do I get to add a +4?
You are blessed, I believe, right?
Yeah. So, 1. Okay, that's something.
I gotta look at the list, man.
He's in the archives.
17 to hit.
17 hits.
Okay. And sneak attack?
Yeah, because it's adjacent to both.
26 points of damage.
Is this the same one that has Phantasmal Force?
No.
The other one. Is that what was that? That was
26 points of damage.
damage.
And I'll do Fury the Small. That's an extra 7? What are we at now?
Yeah, extra 7.
Yeah.
All right, so 33 points of damage in 1 strike.
Nice.
So the other one that's holding on to Bo, she's still being pulled apart from the 2 different claws. She's about to be bishoped. He watches the secondary one as it's not freaking out. His tendrils trying to reach on her face. Suddenly, the side of the bolt jams into where you imagine an ocular socket would be in a normal creature. And as it impacts the head, kind of jerks back. A little bit of cloud of blood kind of pulls off it and kind of looks over in your direction.
And then I will very conspicuously bonus action fire again.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's 26 to hit.
That hits.
Plus
26.
just
Rogues, man.
another 10 points of damage.
Nice. All right. A second bolt hits it, and it looks back in your direction with a second bolt. Now there's like 2 of them sticking out the side of its face. 2 of the tentacles kind of curl up around them, like wrapping onto whatever purchase it finds in its face, almost trying to pull it out.
Jesus.
That ends your turn. You want to move?
I'll move into the bushes there. I know I can't hide, but I'm just gonna
This way or towards the
like
bolt?
towards the tower.
All right. So you move in, ducking into the mix there. Perfect. All right. That ends your turn. Caleb, you're up.
I haven't gone.
Oh, sorry, Bo, you're on.
I'm still grappled by both of them though.
You are, so you cannot move unless you break the grapple. And it's an action to attempt to escape.
Grappled by both?
I mean, a successful grapple attempt would be against both of them, but they'd both get to roll to try and keep you grappled. But it's only one action to try and break from both. If you want to break free, up to you.
That sounds like a waste of Bo's time. So
Fair enough. Respect
she
that.
is just holding on. Gonna just start swinging wildly from where she is. She's gonna hit the
Smoke bombs. You know, something.
smoke bombs don't affect their grip.
And we're underwater.
The one that got phantasmaled. Okay. 7, Jesus, 24? 3?
24 hits,
23?
yeah. It's with a disadvantage, right?
No.
Roll disadvantage on his attacks.
But add 4. No.
It's 1.
First swing just snaps onto its armor. Your knuckles kind of crack in the instant, and you feel sharp pain through your wrist. Make your next attack.
What else can I do? Is there anything else I can fucking do here? Okay.
Patient defense? Whatever that is?
Does that?
You got a bunch of different abilities.
Do
You
it
got your
on
stunning
my,
strike, you got
but I
patient
still get a
defense.
second attack here. Okay, 18 plus 1, 19.
19 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. Same one. Oh, that's good. 9 damage. I'm gonna spend a key point to do stunning strike. For the love of God.
All right. Constitution saving throw. It's a +3, but it is a natural 4, 7. It
Stunned.
is stunned.
That helps a ton.
Oh yeah, that's
So it
for one
drops the
round.
grapple. The grip that it has on you laxes as suddenly it's kind of the area where you managed to jam the fist right underneath the jaw causes part of its throat to collapse inward, and it's at the moment not sure where it is. You feel that one release. The other one still has you though, but that's your action. You still have your bonus.
I'm gonna do my bonus. Does patient defense matter if I'm grappled?
Yeah, it does grapple. All grapple does is lower your speed to 0. You can't move. Restrain is what really fucks you up because that gives advantage on attacks against you.
Okay, copy. Yeah, I'll do patient defense. So I'll look at the other one and just kind of grab his claws and just stare him in the eye.
Okay. Where its eyes would be, you
Yeah,
imagine.
I'm trying
Try to look for an eye to
to
glare
stare
at.
down.
Perfect. All right, that ends your turn, Bo. All right, Caleb, you're up.
I was backing away from the action, but seeing how things are turning south, I start pushing back towards Miss Lionette through the water, and I make it that far, and I'm going to cast Magic Missile at level 4.
4th level Magic Missile.
5, 9, 7, 8, 6, 22.
22 points of damage?
Yeah.
Against
6.
which one?
Oh, the one that is the one that's backside is to me. This side.
This one?
No,
Oh,
the
that
one on Beauregard.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, the one that's you got it. All right. Perfect. So 22 points of damage. Each one impacts. You watch as the shell kind of darkens from the blasts as all 6 bolts.
Oh my God.
You just full-on Robotech style missile into the sides of it. There's a series of small dull explosion sounds in the nearby water before it just goes still. It's still moving and shifting around, but its head is thrashing around wildly, seemingly distracted by something you can't see.
That's the end of my turn.
All right. Now it's their go. So, the one that is still holding Bo releases her and begins scrabbling towards its face. It manages to strike out and grasp nothing. Natural 20, critical hit on nothing. As it's striking out in the direction of its face, trying to clear this little goblin off of its visual cortex. Its tentacles reaching out to nothing. It moves and shifts this way to try and just scrape and get off of its. It's kind of wrecked it there. Is it going to make the saving throw at the end of each of its turn?
Does it move out of my range?
Look.
Let's see.
Each one on your turn, I can deal damage. Good God. This is a long ass spell.
It does. Okay, so it doesn't get to save every turn. It looks like, but it lasts for a minute. You can continue to do damage to it. It thinks it's real, but it's starting to wonder as it's struck. It's done a few hits that should have snatched this thing up, and it's finding no purchase. So you get the sense that maybe the illusion's starting to. You've gotten a round of distraction from him. I'll put it that way.
While the target is affected, the spell treats the phantasm as real. The target rationalizes any illogical outcomes from interacting with the phantasm.
So it's just a quick little goblin.
I love that they wrote it out that specifically.
Yeah. All right. Interesting.
Amazing.
So,
Wow.
So, it's more frustrated that it's taking damage from this little creature, but the damage is negligible.
So it might
It's now
disregard
like
it.
it's now like, fuck it.
Got it.
And
that makes sense. That makes sense.
There we go.
How about that?
This is me rationalizing its rationalization.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
But you managed to get her free of the grapple.
Did you move out of my melee range?
He did.
Pop, pop. Sentinel.
Go for it.
Reaction.
Is that going to turn him back around on you?
Yep.
Well, natural 1. And a natural 20.
But it's the one that misses, right?
Yeah.
Ooh.
The lollipop out.
No, I rolled a natural 1. I rolled a natural 1.
Oh, you rolled a natural 1.
Yeah, I rolled a nat 1 and a nat 20.
Oh.
So he moves.
So he does move.
Yeah.
No.
That's fine. It's fine.
That's okay.
That's
It's
okay.
I think that's actually
For the
better.
best, honestly.
Not this way. All
Let's
right.
keep him going.
This is fine.
This is fine.
All right. So that one shifts past this one here towards Caduceus.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I looked at the wrong order. There's a few more turns before they get a chance to go. So we'll say that happened if it gets to it.
Okay.
That was actually the initiative for the creature that you've already killed. So Fjord, you're up.
Fjord will take all 30 of his speed and head towards the two lumberfucks that are messing with Bo.
Same height, or are you lowering yourself?
I'd like to get down there if I can.
You can get into melee.
Yeah.
We'll say with this one.
Yeah, I can't
Technically
reach.
both of them. You can get in both of them.
Could I?
Yep.
I'm gonna send, and one of them's stunned, right?
It is, yes.
I'm gonna take 2 swings with the Summer's Dance falchion at the stunned one that just let go of Bo.
You gotcha. That's both attacks are advantage against a stunned creature, I believe. Yes.
And yeah, so they stay advantage because of my Mariner's armor?
Correct.
Okay. 15, that's gonna hit. That's 30, yeah, I mean that hits. That's like 37 without that.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, yeah. Oh god, double 4s plus 12, 16, 20.
20 hits.
Excellent.
Damage for the second strike. Go for it. As you swim down quickly, falchion, whack, slicing across it.
11 on the first, 7 on the second, so 18 points total.
Got it.
Oh, you're still alive.
I'm still alive. I'm doing all right.
18 points total.
Uh-huh.
You got it.
And with my bonus action, I should have done it first, but I'm fucking stupid. Look at that. I wrote it there in big letters. Cast Hex.
Wait, you're so dumb that you have to write down.
I'm only governing 2 characters right now.
It's a valid point.
Fuck me. Can I cast it with a bonus action? Yes, with my bonus action, I'll cast Hex and just get it up now.
On the one that's stunned, or
On the stun one, please.
you got it.
For real.
I've done that before.
And it'll have disadvantage on wisdom checks.
Sure. There you
Sure.
go. All right, Fjord, that didn't finish his go. Jester and Caduceus, you guys are up.
I'm fine either way.
Okay, then I'm going to use my bonus action to bring my spiritual weapon down and attack the one that is next to Bo because it's dead.
It can move 20 feet, right?
It can move. Motherfucker.
Yeah, it's short. It's 20 feet. I
I
remember.
can it get to it?
Nope. It floats partway down. Just keep dropping everything. Been gone for
big, man.
3 weeks and I can't even function. It does get part of the way, but next round it can get down there.
Balls! What a stupid. Okay. I'm going to go up to the one that. I'm going to. I'm going to. It's a tough decision here.
I know.
Spaced action.
But here's the thing.
I'm fine, man.
Are you though?
I'm fine.
You're wearing Cowboys colors. It's fine. Take your time.
I'm going to go to the one that is attacking Caduceus.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go behind
You're
it,
gonna swim up over the.
up and over.
Okay, you can get 1, 2, 3. That's as far as you can get.
God damn it!
I'm fine.
Forget it. I'm gonna stay where I am, motherfuck.
Swimming is half movement, unfortunately.
And I'm gonna fucking use fucking stupid toll the fucking dead on the one at Yasha.
Character just drops.
It's Constitution saving throw.
It's a wisdom saving throw.
Everybody is ready to be out of the water.
That is a 14.
Oh, I give it.
Yeah.
12 points of bong damage.
You watch as the area on its head where there's kind of an armor shell that protects its face area kind of cracks a bit from the impact. Bits of its shell are starting to flake off. These things, that one's starting to look pretty hurt.
Yo.
They're pretty
I thought
tough.
I was gonna kill the one with Yasha. Yeah.
You gonna move or stay where you are?
I'm gonna stay.
All right, that ends your turn then. Caduceus.
Man, things are happening.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. I'm gonna turn invisible.
Okay.
Everyone's at such a loss.
I can grab you.
These guys are
This is
really
a complicated.
tough.
This is a
And
complicated
they're so
fight.
spread out.
Yeah, there's 4 of them.
All right.
That's only for a round, and then I'm gonna back away from this thing. I'm gonna head around behind Jester, basically, or next to
It will make an attack opportunity on you.
That's
As
cool.
it sees you disappear and it kind of goes out towards you. It has disadvantage on the attack. That is 17 to hit.
That misses.
Woo!
And I also might add that I have the Shield of Retribution.
You do.
So I'm going to activate the Shield of Retribution.
This is the first time?
Yep, it's the first time I'm using it. So when a creature misses with a melee attack, you can react to the blasting with Arcane Force. And you have to succeed on a strength saving throw, but that's something else.
All right, so go roll damage first.
Okay. 14 points of damage.
14 points of damage, nice. And strength saving throw is a 6.
Must succeed on a strength saving throw is a 6. I don't know what against. Must succeed on a strength saving throw against something.
It'll be your spell DC.
Oh, yeah, then.
Then you.
I
then it
think
doesn't
that's
succeed.
fine, yeah. So,
Yep, so
so you get pushed back 20 feet.
So it gets blasted back from the impact. You see a flash in the shield and this bubble of energy kind of well up and then force it back with this sudden impact. As it gets pushed away, you kind of dart around the side.
I dart around the side, and I'm going to come as far back as I can towards that wall, and I'm going to hold my actual action to do the same thing with Yasha again, to give her the bonus kick to her first attack.
So that's your action?
Yep, that's will be my action.
Okay, cool. That ends your turn?
Yep.
Next up is their turn.
Oh boy.
So the one that got blasted back is going to go ahead and move. 15, 20, 25, 30. It's not within range to actually get anybody, and it doesn't see where you are. So instead, the person that sees immediately is going to be Caleb. So then it moves the rest of its 30 feet to go ahead and get into...
Will it bump into me?
We'll say it knocks you a little bit out of the way.
All right.
But it doesn't have anything to attack with because it used its action to go ahead and get up next to
You
you.
get an attack of opportunity.
But it currently is in melee with both of you. Yeah. No, it didn't come across you. It didn't quite cross your path. This one over here is going to go ahead and...
How did it get so far? So what's the
They're
speed?
double
They
dead,
can-
yeah.
Oh, fuck, okay,
He
point.
can't attack, but
This
he
one's
can.
stunned.
Yeah.
This one here yep, is going to be now up against Fjord. It's going to go ahead and strike out towards you twice, Fjord.
I thought he had his little moment with the little quick goblin.
It's ignoring the goblin.
It's ignoring the goblin.
That
Focusing
already
on
happened.
stronger things. The goblin's still on its face.
You can still do damage with it every turn, and it still like sees it there and it's considering it dealing. Actually, I'll make an intelligence.
Oh, right,
I'll make an
because-
intelligence saving
you said
throw.
You used the initiative of the one that died.
So
By
it actually had
accident.
already done that.
So it was coming up on this turn.
Yeah.
It's all in one round. That's what you said.
I think you had it move, but you didn't have it do an action yet. I don't think.
No, it's true. No.
Because I tried to
No,
do
you're right.
Sentinel
Yeah,
on
yeah,
it.
No, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I fucked up my own order. Cool. All right, so
But I don't think you did an action for it. I
No,
think you
you
just
did.
tried to
I
move.
did. The
it did. No,
attacking was-
I had wasted its action to try and attack
That's right.
The two
the
of them.
thing.
That's right.
Yep. So, but as it did 2 very big attacks on nothing, it's starting to not worry about it. The other one is stunned. That ends its turn. The one on Yasha is going to go ahead and attack twice. That's going to be a natural 20.
Do I have a reaction, or did?
Using your action to hold your...
That is my reaction, is to hold my attack?
When you're holding an action, it uses your reaction to release it.
Okay. fair.
She's raging. I think it's okay.
All right.
Yeah. The other one is a 17 to hit.
Both hit.
All right. Critical. It's a 22 bludgeoning damage to her.
It's 11.
Reduced to 11. And the second one is it's going to be 9 points bludgeoning damage, reduced to 4.
Okay.
And she's grappled by it. It has her held in both by its claws, holding her there in front. And the tendrils begin to move towards her face. She needs to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay, 15 damage. Constitution saving throw.
So much happening.
Does she have advantage on? No. Okay.
+4.
Oh,
plus
she's great. 24 plus 26.
She's dealt with harsher toxins than this. She doesn't even duck out of the way. She just takes it and kind of
Practically recreational.
doesn't have an effect. It burns and nothing.
Like jalapenos.
Good burn.
That one and that one. Yeah, that's their turn. Man, that's done. That's done in that illusion. All right, that ends their go. Yasha's up now.
Yeah, Yasha's going to try and get to Red Lobster with 2 more swipes of the Magician's Judge. Reckless for straight attacks.
First one doubles.
Okay. What doubles?
All the damage. The first one is double.
Oh, great. Okay, cool.
He's doing the ability.
Was it my 16 to hit?
16 just hits.
Oh, nice. And the second one is only an 11. Oh, wait. An 11 plus 4. 15!
Misses.
Damn it! But the first one damage.
But the first one does hit.
That's good, okay.
The first strike goes through, so it's full damage times 2.
9. 11. 14 plus 3 is 17 plus 2 is 19.
Times 2.
Times 2, so 38.
38 points of damage. How does Yash want to do that?
Oh!
Golf cuts.
Yeah, sweet. She will come down in an overarching right with that Magician's Judge, and on the second one, she'll shove the sword in and just crack that fucking thing like a beautiful fillet.
Drags it down the side of its body. She puts her foot up, and using that, she pushes to the side and watches it just tears in half. You see a bunch of internal kind of purple sinew and muscle tear open. It gives this horrible, like, dull squeak sound before it goes limp and begins to just kind of float and slowly sink to the bottom.
So many people leave so much good food in here. Gotta know how to beat an lobster.
All right, that finishes Yasha's turn.
She does have
Or she
her
says movement, yes.
Yeah, and she's gonna rally up on, well, she'll take her 15 feet towards the other 2.
All right, 1, 2, 3. She gets into that one there.
Yeah. Could she get on his ass?
Yep.
Nice.
All right, that finishes Yasha's go. Bo and Knot, you guys are up.
Okay.
Go ahead. Just asking.
Would you like to?
That one is still stunned because it's until the end of your next turn.
Dope. I'm going to do like a kick off of the ocean floor, and I'm gonna jump and I'm gonna do an aerial over the 2 of them to land towards Fjord, and as I'm upside down in the air, I'm gonna take my 2 attacks.
Go for it.
Right.
It's like the fight scene
That's like
in
you're
Top
bleeding, so
Secret.
there's a perfect red
Shriek.
corkscrew happening.
So dope.
No attack opportunity from the one that's stunned, so as you kind of through the water.
I'm gonna go for the one that's not stunned first.
Go for it.
Come on, come on. That's good. That's good. That's 16 plus 17. Really need to do math better. 22 plus 20
22 hits.
plus.
You can roll an extra before it's still going to
25.
hit the same. But yeah, so the first one hits. Go ahead and roll damage for that.
Yeah, that was yeah. And then I'm gonna use I'm gonna try and stun him.
Okay. So how much
The
damage is that?
unstunned one. Oh. 9.
Natural 1.
Oh.
So now he's stunned.
9.
Oh my god.
9 damage.
Monks, man.
Monks are insane.
I'm real
So
pissed
as
off.
you dart over, remembering the place right under its jaw where you're kind of seeing where its tendrils are trying to go towards you, you whack, just jam the staff right into its throat there, and as it does, kind of it pulls back, unable to really get its bearings.
Jester just sees an arc of my blood through the water as I'm bleeding, and I cartwheel.
Second attack.
Second attack, I'm gonna go to the one that's already stunned.
Okay, so these are both happening in the air as you're arcing.
So, and this is just a straight roll, right?
Correct, yeah.
Natural 20.
Damn, no luck on this round.
I've been using my fists.
Just go for it,
It's
yeah.
magical. Wow, cool. Real cool,
damage
cool
of what?
story.
I know.
Double that.
Double that to a nice, awesome 2. 6.
6 points of damage already.
My crit was less than my.
It's okay.
Your rig.
Your beautiful blood
rig.
rainbow looks so glamorous.
It's true. Just have your bonus.
And flurry of bows.
Flurry of bows.
Yeah.
One more time.
Branding.
Pop, pop.
Wow.
To which one?
Branding. Somebody make that a
I think
t-shirt.
you're both stunned, but
Yeah,
but
I can do
which one do you want to do?
Hit me with the flurry of bows.
I'll do the furthest one.
Okay, the one that was stunned first. Got it.
Well, it's not cool. 13 plus. Give me a 4. Give me a 4. 16.
16 just hits.
Ah, thank you, bless.
There it
Okay.
is.
That would have been awesome with that critical. 10 damage.
10 points of damage. All right.
Second attack. Same thing. Wait, no. Hang on. 6 plus 7, so 13.
Cocked, very cocked.
Very
Yeah,
That's the
17.
only time I've ever seen a cocked D4.
Yeah, on like the on the
On the
point.
edge.
Yeah.
It went in between. the
I know, it's impressive.
17.
17 hits.
You were able to read people's thoughts after that.
I was. 6 damage.
6 damage. Alrighty.
You'll only know if it's Inception or not if it falls over at some point. Yes.
All right, so there's 2 impacts as you just bludgeon that one is stunned. An arc land the other side. It's looking to hurt, but it's still in the fight. That ends your turn?
Yeah.
All right, bow's done. Not.
Because I'm a rogue, I'm gonna go bolt, 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 and fire 3 times.
Okay.
Okay, we got 25, 25, and 11.
Okay.
Wait, would you add 4?
Those creatures are all stunned.
Okay.
So, and they're within your short range, so you have an advantage on the attacks.
20, nope, 20, and then really low.
Okay, so they all hit.
Yeah, but you didn't specify.
I didn't specify which ones. I gotta re-roll all of them. I'm re-rolling all of them. It's all good.
It's all right.
I didn't know I was gonna have advantage.
Now you do. All right, first attack.
All right, first attack is 22.
That hits.
Second attack is 26.
That hits.
Third attack is 25.
So, against which ones?
Well, the one that looked real rough.
Okay, so the first strike is against him. Go ahead and roll your sneak attack on him.
17 plus 5, 22.
22. The bolt gets lodged in its throat, and you watch as it's still like trying to deal with the shrugging off the. It just managed to shrug off the. Actually, no, that one's not stunned anymore because it was the end of your turn. Oh man, I got this all confused. My own fault. Go ahead. That first one probably would have hit anyway at this distance, so that damage does take
Well,
it
the
out.
first time I rolled, the first 2 hit and the last one missed.
This
Want to
is
go
true.
with those?
Right.
So 2 hits.
All right. So the first one wipes it out. How do you want to do this?
I would love the bolt to
3
go.
weeks getting rusty.
Oh boy. I would love the bolts to go because Ford's right in front of it, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
I'd love the bolt to go out through its head and stop just shy of Ford's face.
Crap, fire!
And it kind of just slowly crumples to the bottom of the ocean.
Or alt. What, tarnation?
All right.
Sweet molasses.
There you go.
So we'll take your next strike. The other one is stunned, so we'll allow those 2 other strikes would have hit, so you're fine.
So I should roll for those?
You've already, roll damage for the other 2.
Yeah. Damage. Okay, both were the same. Both were 7 points.
All right, so
7 and 7.
14 total now. Got it. So
Is that the one that has the phantasmal force on it as well?
correct.
Yes.
sorry.
So that one also takes an extra 5 points of psychic damage from the goblin on its face.
There's a little scarecrow.
Ace did not, man.
It's still, like, it takes the impacts and spins around trying to look towards you, and it sees you, but then you're still on its face, and it's very confused.
It's a confusing
and
fight.
Yeah, it's not having a good
Just
day.
wants to live.
All right, that finishes your turn, Not. Caleb, you're up.
Yeah, so I've been on my way over to that scrum over there trying to help, and I begin to weave magic missile again, and he is about to cast it, and the thing comes behind him, and just goes, whoa, and unleashes another one right behind him.
Alrighty.
Magic missile level 3.
Oh, you needed the
Yeah, I need
D4s.
1 more. 3, 5,
Those dice are really pretty.
8, 9.
Oh, yeah.
10, 15 total.
15 points.
And I'm not going to move because it will claw me in half.
Probably.
Yeah.
All right. That ends your go, Caleb. The impacts in the front of it, you see parts of its chest kind of blackened from the blast of the magic missile, but it shrugs it off. This one seems relatively comparably unharmed to the others. It's taken a few hits, but it's doing all right. All right, that finishes your go, Caleb. Fjord, you're up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm worried about Caleb.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay,
All right, fuck it.
okay.
I'm gonna cast.
This could be awesome.
I'm gonna grab Bo's arm and go, come on, first mate, and cast Thunderstep. Take the falchion, shove it into the bottom of the ocean. And yeah.
All right. So you watch as he slams the falchion into the ground. There's a blast of electrical energy and this force wave that and just immediately sucks in, and they're missing. They're gone. Where are you guys going?
We're gonna come to Caleb's aid right here. Does that sound good?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and
I'll be
right
kind of
behind me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fjord.
All right.
There you
Yep. Thank you.
You got it.
That's 3d10 plus X.
Does it get a Dex saving throw against that to try and reduce damage? What's the
A Constitution saving
Constitution saving throw?
Yes.
That is to me 20.
Oh yeah, that saves.
So does it take damage? Half damage?
It takes half.
Got it.
What about Yasha?
4. That's 20 solid, so just 10 points.
10 damage. As the water explodes and then sucks in, the creature's stunned and is looking very hurt, but it's still kind of like.
Cool. It's only within 10 feet, and I think Yash is 15 feet away from where Fjord was.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, because the creature is 10 spaces wide.
Awesome. And with my bonus action, can I transfer my hex to that fuck stick?
You can. Fuck stick.
Oh, sorry,
been
wait.
hexed.
D6 for hex. That's 6.
Which one? Oh,
For
for hex?
6, yeah, because I cast hex on that bastard.
No, hex was the other one that had died.
Thank you. You're right. Never mind.
Sorry.
No, it's good.
That's all right. That finishes Fjord's go. Jester, Caduceus, you're up. Caduceus, you reappear in your space.
Yep.
Oh, hi, Caduceus.
Hey.
I'm gonna move my spiritual weapon down to try to hit the one next to Yasha.
Let's go now.
Go for it.
Let's go.
It has advantage because it's stunned.
Oh, sweet. Doesn't it balance out though? Because it would have been a
It's a spiritual weapon. It's not material, so
Okay.
it's not hindered by.
17.
My opinion. 17 hits.
Okay. 8 plus 4 is 12 points.
How do you want to do this?
Oh god,
damage.
I'm going to use the spiritual weapon and try to just shove it into its mouth over and over again and say, eat it, it's good.
Eventually, you watch as it just jams itself into this creature's maw repeatedly. As it backs away, the back of its shelled head begins to crack before it splinters at the back. The spiritual weapon emerges from the back of its skull, and it just kind of crumples to the ground.
And then for my action, I'm going to say, oh, hi, Fort. And I'm going to jump up and land on its back next to me.
Over here? Alrighty.
And I'm going to cast Inflict Wounds at 2nd level.
All right. Because of Kayla's position, you do have flanking bonus, so you have advantage in the attack roll.
Ooh. Oh, and it's, okay.
Because it's a spell, so there's no disadvantage, right?
Right, it's a touch, so it's not a melee attack, so it's like,
Technically, it is considered a melee attack.
Okay.
But so you'd have disadvantage on the strike, but it gives you advantage because he's there, so it's just a straight roll.
Okay. It's 20 plus 24.
24 hits.
It's like, what's up, motherfucker?
Okay, that's, how many? How many do we, 4d10? No, wait. Inflict wounds at 4d10.
4d10.
Yeah.
Jesus.
2, 3, 4.
All right, roll some damage.
10, 14 points.
14 points
of
in
crab damage.
Crab damage. All right, so as you reach out, after flipping over and landing behind it, you grab the back of it, and as you see the divine energy kind of pulse through, this kind of dull grayish blue energy kind of arc down your forearms, hit the shell, and these sparks of dark energy kind of break through, causing these small bits of its shell to kind of break and flake off in areas. And shocks from the impact. It's a pretty decent bit of hurt to it. At the end of your turn? I believe it does. Caduceus, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna Sacred Flame this guy. I'm gonna step back a little bit.
Okay. Take a step back.
15 feet
towards you.
Get rid of your stuff.
That is going to be 21 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
Okay. You take 8 plus 6 points of damage. It's 14.
14 points of damage.
And you are grappled, so you do not move.
Cool. I still get my attack though.
You do.
Okay. That's.
You also make a Constitution saving throw to see if you can maintain bless.
14 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
And boop. And Constitution saving throw. 9.
9. Bless fades.
Yeah,
so those who are blessed by Caduceus, you no longer get your D4 bonuses.
That's okay. We've appreciated it this entire fight.
And then make a Dex saving throw.
You
Dex saving throw. Natural 1.
All right. That's nice.
Yay!
Take a 7 points of damage of radiant damage.
You got it. After it grabs and pulls you in, you actually blast it from inside of its claw as you release the spell from your staff, and the flame kind of burns up the outside, blackening the outside of its crustacean-like armored shell. Then in your turn, Caduceus, correct? Yep. All right, it's now its turn. It has Caduceus grappled in one claw. Yep. Yeah, it's going to continue its path. It releases Caduceus. And it's going to go all in on its original quarry, which is Caleb. It's a natural 18 plus 6. That's 24 to hit.
That hits. Sorry.
Okay.
No, I was going backwards.
11 plus 4, 15 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled.
Yeah.
Second attack. That's going to be 20 to hit.
Yeah.
All right. That is
14.
11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
So as it kind of slams both of its claws into you, it's like grabbing you from both sides of your torso and legs, pulling it apart as the pain hits in. It grabs you in towards its face, and the tendrils kind of lap around your head and neck area. Make a Constitution saving throw for me.
It feels like Frumpkin, only painful.
10.
10. As the venom pulses into your body, you feel your entire torso, legs, arms seize with searing pain. You are paralyzed.
Oh!
And poisoned.
Oh! What does that do?
What if the roll had actually been 13? Would it have changed it?
What would you have had to change it?
Because I have the Transmuter's Stone, which is giving me proficiency on Constitution saves, if I'm remembering correctly.
I trust you on that. 13 would resist it. It says DC 13.
Proficiency in Constitution saving throws.
So yeah,
and that's what I have.
So that would be enough to resist it.
You found that fast.
Oh my god.
You're turning into Mercer.
Yes.
I can't find shit in that book.
So, as the poison begins to pulse into your system, in that moment the pain begins to hit the back of your skull, you immediately glance down towards the transmuter stone that you're clutching in your right hand, and with that you feel the energy kind of pulse through your body and shrug off the toxin from entering the deep parts of your system.
Put it up top, Widow Gas.
This slight crooked little smile peeking out from underneath Frumpkin on my head.
Perfect. All right, ending its turn. Yash is up.
End it, Yash.
Well, I mean,
She can't get away.
can she peek in the doorway?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, not that she doesn't think all of her friends can't handle it, but
She looks to the inside, and there, skitter. No, I'm kidding.
The queen.
I was like, no, we're fine. I'm not killing Ash's character.
Looking through the interior of the now partially, jagged, broken entrance to this temple's base, you can see this very heavily covered, kind of seaweed-infested interior that wraps around the inside and looks to be like one central, big, knotted tangle of seaweed.
Cool.
Yasha's turn?
Yes.
Alrighty, top of the round, bow and knot.
Oh. That'll drop her rage, too.
Yes, it will.
Okay.
We're over there.
We're not spending the whole time.
Hiding in the seaweed.
Hiding right over there.
Yep.
Under the
Okay,
seaweed.
you want me to see if I can punch this guy
Oh, I've never even
first?
seen it.
Are you? Yeah, you go first. You're way
Thank
closer.
you. That's all I wanted.
Okay. I'm gonna take my staff for this one. I'm just gonna kind of between Fjord and get like, excuse me, and just see if I can get
Excuse me.
Excuse
Back you.
Get on.
All right, so you can scoot around and jam it.
Oh, it was
Why
a
does
20
it always
for 2
happen
seconds.
to me? Yeah, that's pretty good though. 21 plus and 21. Okay, that's sorry, 18 plus 2, so 20.
For your second attack?
No, for the disadvantage first attack.
Oh, right, yeah.
Right, disadvantage. So the first one is 6 damage.
6 damage, all right. Next
No, sorry, 7 damage.
7 damage.
3 plus 4. And then the next one is missing, definitely missing, with a 2.
Unfortunately, no. So your first strike's kind of prodding it with the staff. Just have your bonus action.
Yeah, I guess I'll just punch it one more time.
All right.
The club punch.
Sorry, sorry. Try to reach through the crowd, grabbing its hair.
Wear some weave in your hand.
Jesus, I don't think that's gonna do it either, unless 14.
14 misses. Unfortunately, doesn't miss. You impact. You reach through and.
Yeah.
All right, that finishes Bo's go. Not you're up.
I'll swim closer. I'll fire. Actually, with one hand, I will take another swig of booze if I can under the water somehow, and with the other hand, I'll fire.
There you go.
Natural 20.
Fucking amazing.
Jeez, all right, go ahead and roll your sneak attack damage.
Like a one-handed bandit.
She's just like. 9. Do I double it?
Yes, you do.
Dice damage.
Dice damage is
Correct.
The dice
Got
is
it.
double.
4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18 plus 5 is 23.
23. How do you want to do this?
I would. Let's see here. It's a crossbow bolt. I would, again, like the crossbow bolt to just kind of tickle Ford's ear as it whizzes by.
A little slice.
Yeah, just a little.
There's a brief bit of warm, hot, sharp pain outside of your earlobe.
Sorry.
As the bolt enters the base of the creature's skull. You don't even see it protrude. You don't know where it went. You just see it hit somewhere and then vanish, and the creature just kind of stands there for a second.
Awesome.
And as it pulls into its back, its legs all kind of curling like a spider, and its claws close in.
Accidentally, because I rolled an actual 20, I shoot again.
That's right.
Shit, sorry.
At my earlobe.
Yeah. This time you kind of like, with the falchion, kind of break it out of the air.
That's the thing. It does it.
All right.
I don't know about believe it.
A few moments pass as you guys glance around the area to take in whether or not there's some danger. You managed to pull off the pincer from around your body.
Right. I think everybody could take a few minutes.
Well, Caleb, you guys look bloody.
Does this look bad? Really?
Caleb pulls up and there's just claw piercings all along the ribs.
See it.
Yeah, it looks like shit.
Put
Hey,
the
but-
salt water?
Yeah,
the
it's
salt water
cleaning it as
got?
we. Yeah, I think we should maybe rest a little bit.
Yeah, Caleb just sits down in the muck.
Actually, if we went inside, then at least anything that's swimming overhead with big teeth might not see us.
That's
easily.
true.
I mean,
And I
As
could-
long as nothing attacks us inside.
I could take 10 minutes and give everybody a little bit of a boost who needs
That'd be
it.
great. Yasha, you see anything in there?
She kind of turns around.
Thank you.
That was amazing.
No, I don't.
She looks back from the inside and goes,
As we tried to do it.
there's the lip,
404.
the lip quiver. Yeah, she looks back at the scene and goes, There's a cluster of seaweed inside. It just kind of like steps into the interior. And that doesn't like enter the entire structure. Kind of like steps in the middle, kind of waiting for any sort of direction from you guys.
Douchey, you want to take a look, make sure that it's not the ravenous variety?
I'll look in the door before we sit down. What is this thing giving me a vibe?
Make a nature check for me if you don't mind.
Nature check.
Yes.
I'll help Caleb over to the door
My
as
nature
well.
check weirdly sucks.
I'll help Bo.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. It's funny that my nature check is terrible. 13.
13. Looking at the seaweed in this interior, it is of the same variety as that which is clustered around the rest of this tower. It is not similar, from what you can tell, to what you encountered at Vishila's lair in the Diver's Grave. You're not certain if it has any interest in you guys, but it doesn't seem to be reacting to your presence.
Well, it doesn't seem to be a problem. We're just going to be here for a minute, and then we'll be on our way. Let me know if you've got any issue, and we'll do our best to stay out of your business.
Make a persuasion check.
All right.
Sweet. Roll for
15.
Okay.
I like that regardless of character, Taliesin likes to charm plant life.
I do.
Yeah.
That's true.
Plant
That's
life,
true.
Plant life needs love, man.
Life needs love to live.
Life. Oh. See, now I feel better about the whole. Thank
There you
you.
go.
Thank you for.
This is grass talk on KCR.
All right, so what are the rest of you doing?
I would like to kind of just go in and find a little bed of seaweed and lay down for a minute.
Yeah, I need
Not the stuff in the middle.
Oh, okay.
Maybe just lay on this sill.
Just silk.
Anybody who needs a heal, I'm gonna do the 10-minute. I'm just gonna start in the interior of this.
The prayer of healing?
The prayer of healing. So anybody who needs.
Anyone against a short rest?
I need a short rest.
Can we
I'm
afford a
gonna
short rest?
Plop down.
Yeah.
Up to you
think so.
guys.
We have 24 hours of breathing, so we're okay.
Oh,
Yes, please.
I'm
Please.
Pretty tapped on key points.
I will not
and
say no to a short rest.
blood.
Yeah, let's get inside.
You're
Nothing's
agreed.
looking for us.
I am dropping and leaning against Beauregard.
All right, never mind. I'm not
Focusing
casting the
my
spell.
energies.
Okay.
Jester, that was very impressive, I must say.
What? Oh, you mean that little inflict wounds that I did?
Well, yeah, and the use of the lollipop. Really nice stuff.
Oh yeah, that lollipop's pretty freaking cool.
That's old business.
Yeah,
We've seen
that's
that
it.
one.
All right, so as you guys take a short rest, you can use your hit dice to heal up.
Doing it. Yeah.
We'll be inside.
Are you doing your thing?
No, I'm just
no.
gonna. No, if we're taking a short rest, that's if you don't want a short rest, but you want to just roll out.
Copy.
While we're down here, can I just kind of swim around and look for any other trap doors or doors?
Sure. Make a perception check up first.
Perception.
Yes.
4.
4. Okay. Then make an investigation check.
4. Oh wait, plus. I get pluses on that. 13.
That's better. Looking around the interior, there doesn't appear to be any trap doors or anything that's hidden amongst the space. There's just the kind of the heavy clusters of seaweed that kind of fill up along the walls, and it largely obscures when you look up. You can see because it's dark inside, aside from the light that's there. And at the very top of the tower, where the light tends to fade, you see the kind of open circular top where the light from the faint bit of blue light from the sky above comes through the ocean. And you can see all the different slowly waving tendrils of seaweed cluttering up a lot of that space. The center area, you kind of glance over and you can see where that big mass of kind of seaweed and underwater plant life is. Along the edge of where it is, you kind of prod it and it softly gives a little bit past the floor.
Ooh.
There's a door or something over here.
Yasha's back up to full.
Can I have been outside looking at the guy
Sure.
that we fought, just so I can see look at him and see what's going
Careful
on?
as you head out there. You don't know what's above you.
Okay.
He cares about you.
The tendrils that are from its head that you saw kind of trailing behind it are as long as the length of its body, and there's about 12 of them that kind of just drift behind it, though they're all limp now, and it just kind of lies there destroyed. It's wearing what looks to be an old, slightly tattered robe. Who knows how ancient. That's as much as much details you can make off of it, other than its jaws kind of limply hanging open, like these kind of dull, lifeless flaps, where you can see the toothy interior of its mouth as it kind of just hangs.
Does its busted up robe have pockets?
Make an investigation check.
Oof, that was a journey.
Yeah, that was. What was it before I accidentally hit it? Okay. Oh, 4. Hey!
Oh, look at that. You change your group name to the Mighty Fjord here today.
Pay attention to things.
I know. Well, you're all a little busted up after that previous battle.
A little bit.
No pockets, no keepsakes. It looks like it's pretty plainly adorned.
Okay.
Is there something in the middle of all that tendril in the center of this tower? Is it obscuring something?
That's what he said. It's actually.
There's a door.
As you go over and look, you can see where a lot of this is. There's roots around the edge of it, where you can see some of the plant has rooted itself to the stone floor of this temple. But there's a large portions of it that go beyond those roots, and upon pushing on it, it kind of has some give below that central area. Looks like there is some sort of an opening or a space below the center.
Oh. Suppose we're going to be heading down.
I don't want to disturb the fauna. Is there a more genteel way to make our way through?
We're going to be having to head down below. We're going to try not to disturb your root structure, but if there's another way down that you might happen to know of, we would appreciate any kind of clue as to what that may be. No shift in the water, nothing, no little twitch. No. I apologize to the interruption of your very calm day.
Did one of you do healing and I missed it?
We did a short rest, so everybody thumped.
Hey, you know
Are you
what
all right
though?
with where you are? Yeah.
I bet that the seaweed is actually really happy because, you know, before it had those like crab things and claws and stuff constantly like fucking with it, and now we're like really nice and it's like calm and peaceful.
I mean, we don't have the best history, but sure.
But with this seaweed specifically.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yes, you find anything on that guy?
He had a robe on.
No, like pendants or necklaces or keys or
Not
anything?
that I could see. It seemed like a pretty old robe that didn't have any pockets or anything. But he did have like really long tendrily hair, which was pretty cool. Did you want to bring the body inside or something so that whatever, you know, is out there won't see that we killed it?
Yeah, let's do that. Yasha will help you pull the body back in.
Okay.
Okay.
Why don't you guys go out there together on like just a walk around? Just a little. You guys could go together, is all I'm saying.
Who, Yasha and her?
Ford and Jesse could just go together.
But Yasha's really strong.
Sure, but so are you, and you could show them that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Go on, have fun. Take your time.
All right.
Do you need any money?
Oh, nope, never
I'm
mind.
okay right now. Thanks, Mom. So this is the body. This is what I was talking about with the tendrils of the hair and stuff.
It's pretty gross.
Are there any, is there any jewelry or pockets or stuff on it? Keys?
Make an investigation check.
I'm real good
There's
at
no
these.
pockets. I already looked and stuff.
That's cocked. That's worse. 11. No. 11.
As Jester said, no pockets, no
Yeah.
trinkets, nothing on it, but the tattered robe it's wearing and its weird, somewhat almost dolphin-like rubbery flesh.
Right.
Ew.
Let's pick it up. Maybe we can offer it as a gift to the as we make our way down.
You creepy.
Yeah, right.
I'll hold its hair if you want to hold its feet.
Okay. Are you grabbing the tendrils?
Yeah.
You guys
shuffle it back here.
Drag its body back over to the tower base.
Caduceus, you okay with us just chunking us into the...
Wait.
What?
What if it's just a door or something? Why would we let somebody know that we're coming if it's just a doorway? We could peek our head in down below.
I meant we were going to toss the body into the seaweed and let it, have a snack.
I don't know if, place it next to the seaweed, see if it has any. I don't think this is carnivorous, but it's worth
I
checking.
think it's just seaweed, Ford.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the gnarly kind.
No,
which
it's not that kind.
Oh, okay, never mind. Sorry, I misunderstood.
That's okay. What's up? What are you guys doing?
let's
You've
look
taken
in
a short
that
rest.
little, oh, yes.
Did that?
How's that door that we found in the middle of the seaweed looking?
I could try to move some of the seaweed with like mage hand or something.
Let's
Okay. The seaweed itself is pretty like knotted and tangled and twisted around itself. As the mage hand kind of gives and pulls, it very kind of softly releases its hold on the other tendrils and pulls apart. It's like someone sweet talked a bit of it. It's still tangled and still a lot of it there, but it's not holding taut. You imagine that someone could probably climb through it.
Did you want to climb through it?
No, but I will. It's my job.
I'll go right after you too, just in case something.
Will it sting me?
I don't think so. I think they're pretty friendly.
I'll go touch it, just in case.
Okay. As you reach out and your hand grasps the edge of the seaweed, it moves with your touch and kind of drifts a bit. Seaweed.
Oh, it's nice. It's nice, seaweed. Thank you, seaweed.
Hello, bees.
All right, I'll go down. I'll push through and see how far I can get.
Okay. So you kind of dive in and pull your way through and reaching up. You're now in an inverse state. What is up is down as you pull yourself below in an upward fashion, kind of sifting, yanking through and finding sections where you have to kind of pull and find a space. Thankfully, you're the smallest of the troop, so it's not as hard for you. But you begin to descend 10, 20,
Oh, God.
30 feet or so,
Nightmare.
and it's the seaweed isn't dissipating or
It's just dark.
it's just dark. And you have dark vision, but right now all you can see is just clusters of seaweed, and you feel kind of like, I mean, it's very poltergeist in a way, as you're pulling your way through.
It's Fjord, I think.
About 40 feet down, your hands reach through, and in the small tunnel that you've been clambering through below opens up on the sides. You kind of glance and look inside, and you appear to be in some sort of a spherical chamber, roughly about 60 feet across, side to side.
And I'm at the top of it.
You're at the top of it looking down. There are clusters of seaweed. I mean, all around it, there's plant life that is embedded in aspects of it, and you can see a bunch of the seaweed is all kind of coming up and tangling towards the center to create this kind of upward column of plant
So,
matter.
like, that's where the roots were, and it was growing up through the tunnel or
Correct.
something. Oof. And I don't see any signs of life or light or structure.
Make a perception check.
Oh, I'm terrible at this. 18. Ooh.
18. Taking a moment, very carefully, eyeing the space. No signs of life.
Okay.
Oh.
What? What was that?
Two little fish.
Oh.
But
This big.
My jugular.
yeah.
Very smart.
Roll initiative against the deaf minnows. Yeah, the place looks relatively empty beyond the plant life that exists there.
All right, I'll take out my wire and make a little phone call. Come in, Caleb. Will you let the group know that it's a 40-foot climb through dark grossness, and then there's a chamber down here. You can reply to this message.
You would advise coming?
I don't want to go back through it again, so I'm going to stick down here. If you guys want to come, just come. You can reply to this message.
She wants us to rally. She wants us to rally below. It is gross on the way down, but okay-ish.
Gross like how?
I crawl down.
Okay. There you go.
I follow.
All right.
I'll follow.
Everybody follows? All right. As you all head down, I mean, it's a slimy climb, and since you're all a little larger than not, especially Yasha, there is a bit of difficulty in pulling through, and at some points Yasha just kind of angrily like tears bits apart and starts making her way down.
Sorry.
But you all eventually manage to clamber through, slipping into the lower chamber. So all of you get to see this kind of large spherical chamber where the wrapping seaweed kind of spirals upward to fill that space. But the structure is semi-familiar in size and design to you, Fjord.
I've seen a place like this once before when we were in the temple previously with Avantika. If you will help me, you can search the floors and the walls for any sort of recessed well, sphere shape.
This whole thing is a recessed sphere shape.
Lighting it up.
I think it needs to be about yay big.
I'm casting light.
Question.
Yeah.
Light fills the space. You can now see.
Last time you went down into one of these, we had to make a very quick exit.
Yes.
Do we have a plan for making a very quick exit?
Well, if we find something that looks like the previous situation, then maybe we could send some of us out of here before we, put the key in the lock.
Will the key in the lock release the...
No.
You don't know.
As far as we know. I don't think it will.
I can cast Water Walk if we have to.
Yeah, I have a weird question. Because you became a champion after... Well, you became a champion, and Avantika was a champion. So when Avantika died, someone else become the champion?
I don't think so. I think it's to get the 3 spheres and the 3 temples. And she did hers and died. I have the 2nd and the 3rd. But that's just my logic. I must concede I don't know how many temples there are. I'm only going off of that art that we saw in the temple.
And there were 3 in the art. And there were 3 balls. And you got the 2 balls.
So this is ball 3.
Ball 2.
Okay.
Now, unless there's 2 holes in here, there should only be 1 in theory.
I'm taking a
Ball
long
2.
look around.
Wait, you have 2 in you.
Are you
I do.
So this is ball 3.
like just looking in the space?
No.
Make a perception
He's
check.
holding 2 keys, basically.
He got 1 ball. We put in 1 ball. We got another ball. He has 2 balls.
10.
Wow.
And now we're about to put another ball
2
in.
plus 1 plus 1 plus 2.
Yeah.
A lot of plant.
Ball 1 went
A lot
in
of plant
temple
matter.
1. And I have ball 2 and
no
3.
Bits of
guarantee,
stone.
though.
You see like stone sides of it.
No guarantee that there is another temple somewhere with another person with dreams like you and Avantika who has already done this. This could be the final piece of the puzzle if we understand the carvings we saw correctly, even. We don't actually know, do we?
No.
Could you ask your god? Could you ask him if?
How do I do that, Chester?
Well, like do it like I do to the traveler.
Does he just answer you when you talk to him?
Yeah.
He does.
I'm gonna start looking around.
Hey, traveler.
Make an investigation check.
Yeah, he totally just said, "What's up?"
Would you ask him if he knows anything about this?
Hey, traveler, have you heard anything about this weirdo Ukatawa guy? He has heard about as much as we have.
27.
27 investigation.
Oh, fuck.
A few things catch your eye as you're all having this conversation. Caleb just dives towards the bottom and begins rummaging through the base of the seaweed to look on the base. First thing you notice is there's a skeleton.
Skeleton.
Yes, a skeleton that is wrapped in leather armor. The bones of the skeleton, you can see a lot of mineral deposits gathered around it, where the skeleton looks kind of weirdly swollen and just a lot of buildup on it. Like you see those sunken ships that like kind of lumpy. So yeah, you find that. Well, the armor is pristine, but the skeleton's fucked.
Oh.
You also see clustered on the base there numbers of small shiny bits of material that the light that Caduceus had cast is kind of refracting off of it. Coins, gold, platinum, copper, silver. You look and kind of rummage on the one side and you find what looks to be a glass vial that is tangled in weeds that has like a dull swirling blue-gray color to it. It's thick and you kind of pull it out and it's still stopped and kept. Next to that, kind of like you full-on Terminator scanned the base of this area. You glance over and other people you're watching Caleb as he starts rummaging through and finding there is like a collection down here. There is about a 6-inch wide, thick glass sphere that appears to be empty. That's resting on the ground as well.
An empty standalone sphere?
Yeah, Just kind of, it was rolled into and kind of wrapped around by some of the local plant life. You do see as well what looks to be a small green, looks like a piece of stone carved to look like a feather almost, but it's made of like a deep jade or green stone. And what looks to be a small piece of agate stone that catches your eye, mostly covered in grime that you kind of rub off and polish. You can see the agate stone from beneath.
Agate.
Yes.
What is agate?
It's
Is someone writing this stuff down?
Yeah, I'm about to do that.
Potion,
I'll show you
sphere,
Yeah, potion,
feather-shaped
sphere,
stone,
correct,
yeah, and an agate stone.
an agate stone,
It's 4 things.
skeleton.
And what does
And
agate
coins.
look
And
like? I don't know what agate is.
Skeleton.
What does agate look like?
I'll show
It's
you.
like brownish and
Do you have it all?
yeah, greenish and
Yeah, I mean the feather was like
That's agate.
It's a stone
Okay.
shaped like a feather.
didn't I
stone,
gave you
okay.
some
Green
agate
stone,
green
dice. Those little ones that I gave you, those were green agate.
All right, got rid of them.
stone
And plenty of coins.
feather.
And as you kind of rummaging through the coins and you take the or kind of like shift through where the glass sphere was, it kind of rolls off the side, and beneath where it kind of was settled with the rest of the coins, you can see a lot of coins are filling the space, but there's a little bit of a divot, roughly about the size of half a fist, in the floor.
Does it look like the sphere that I found is the same shape as
No, the
this?
sphere that you found is larger.
Larger.
It wouldn't fit, and it just kind of was resting in the space, and has like grime around it, and you kind of rub it off a bit.
Just see-through glass or the same color?
See-through glass.
Well, I will alert everyone that this stuff is down there. I've gathered up all of the things that are not coins.
Ooh, look, coins.
Are there crystal
Skeleton as well?
balls indeed?
No, not
What
you.
is that? What is that armor?
We're picking up coins, Matt.
Okay. All right, so you guys start gathering and shoveling coins into your pockets and pouches and everything. All right.
Like the scrying.
Both of you guys make investigation checks for me just to kind of glean how much you can manage to find amongst the tangled seaweed.
25.
25, nice.
11.
Okay.
Speak on speak to
Question
the
if that's a
undead.
scrying eye. Maybe people.
Oh, I'm not sure.
right now.
Anyway,
Keep going.
So,
what did we find? How much money did we find?
how long are you taking? Are you just going until you can't find any more? It'll take you about 15 minutes to do that.
5
There's
minutes.
a lot of coins down
5
here.
minutes.
I'm gonna just keep
Well, I
going
mean,
until
okay.
we're just hanging. I mean, as long as
Until something
everybody's
happens.
as long as everybody's just hanging around talking, I'm gonna keep searching.
Okay, so you guys keep searching. What are the rest of you doing?
Caleb, are you gonna identify?
Are we going
these
to take the
things?
time to do that now?
Well, I just figure we're in a safe-ish space. I don't know. We could do it on the ship.
I will
suppose.
need some time. I heard you whispering about this bauble, so I will
Yeah.
begin
Well, the
on
glass sphere makes me nervous. I feel like I've heard of things like this before.
that.
Use
Well, if
this.
someone has seen us through it, they already have.
My
true.
question to you, they could see us through the glass sphere?
In theory.
I don't know.
I sat down on the. Oh, shoot. I cannot do it now. Because my books are in your bag, and if I take them out, they will be ruined.
Yeah, I haven't opened it. Don't
That's
worry.
okay. We can do it on the ship.
Yeah.
With that crazy investigation check of yours, did you find any recessions in the floor?
Yeah.
Just one?
Yeah.
Can I get a closer look at the skeleton with the armor and see
Sure.
if the armor looks
The ar-
identifiable?
The armor is studded leather. It's well made. You can see there's a bunch of like kind of black sediment and general slime and grime from the red plant life is kind of gathered around the various plates of it that are fastened together, but it rubs off relatively easily. It's well made.
No iconography, no identifying symbols.
Make an investigation check for me.
Okay. Don't feel me now. Okay. 23.
23. It looks fairly plain, and as you pull it up, the bones kind of snap, and you watch the skull kind of tumbles off of the neck and spinal cord. And as that happens, you kind of glance on the inside, and what looks plain on the outside, on the inside of the shoulder and the back of the plate, you can see what looks to be very faintly pressed runes.
Too clean to be normal.
I don't recognize that armor, do I?
Not really.
I'm going to point out I'd be careful, whatever this armor is. It didn't seem to help this fellow much.
Good point.
What do you think killed him?
Yeah, does he look like his appendages are all attached? Any cracks in the skull or face or anything? Any sort
Make
of
a medicine check.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you're the one who's asking.
Well, I did say, what do you think killed him?
Yeah, hey, Jester, could you make him, yeah, thank you.
She's searching for coins.
You each get to roll as you go ahead and take a look at it. Game the system.
Can you talk to this dead person?
I didn't really think to.
20!
I didn't think to put that in my bag for this particular run.
What'd you roll?
I got a 16.
Okay. So looking at it, the lower parts of the rib cage and the inside, as well as the hips and the pelvis of the skeleton are crushed. And you kind of look at some of the crushed bones, and you pull it back. You can see what looks to be scrapes across the bone, like edges of something sharp that had crushed that had also had some sort of an edge to it.
Maybe he got crushed by the pincers and then crawled down here where they couldn't follow.
Oh.
Oh. My brain went super elaborate and thought that this chamber crushes people if you fuck it up. But that makes way more sense.
I thought maybe somebody sat on his hips like he was having sex or something, but it was too much for him, you know?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Reverse cowgirl death.
Okay.
Here's the question. Do you do this alone, or do we stay here with you?
I think
we're at a disadvantage.
Yeah, I think I need to do it alone if I'm going to risk getting out quickly. I don't want you to have to do the same. There's only one recession in here, so, you know, one sphere.
Let's maybe keep a friend with Mr. Fjord. We can keep eyes on him in the tent, in the chamber.
You went down with Avantika before.
Frumpkin, you mean?
Yeah.
Maybe you can cast haste on Fjord, and that way he can get away quickly if he needs to.
Fjord's going to be pretty
By the
fast.
time we clear the room, there will not be much time left to that spell.
Which is, I think it'll be fine with just Fjord and Frumpkin if we.
I do have my Mariner's armor. I have my normal speed.
We could be outside, up in the top layer of the temple, and just wait for you to either whether or not you need help or whether or not it's time to run.
Sure. I don't think there's anything else to do.
I'm going to.
Don't you need someone to stay with you in case you have to make. Like it. What if you turn evil?
Do you want to be in the room?
I'm not going to turn evil.
Well,
Not going to turn evil. I rubbed my cut earlobe.
She did it.
No, look, I think we're overthinking it, right? I mean, same as before, I anticipate some crazy arcane stuff to activate, maybe a little rumble and a shake, and you guys have been more than accommodating. You don't need to be down here with me when it happens. If something does go wrong, that should be my burden. My price to pay, not yours.
We'll see through Frumpkin anyway.
Yeah. What if the chamber closes and you're stuck down here for it?
I don't think it will, and only because if Ukuto really wants me to do all of this for him, what good would trapping me down here do? I have the third sphere. I don't think he's going to hamstring me like that.
You know him pretty well.
No, I don't. But I wouldn't gum up the one person that was bringing me the thing that I needed to get out of demigod jail.
Still need to veer away from all this once we're done here?
Yeah, I'd like to. I don't know what that looks like. I don't even know how that'll go, but I don't want to unleash a sea snake beast on the world.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm going to expend a use of expeditious retreat on myself, which will, A, make me a little bit quicker, but I will change the nature of the transmuter stone to let me see in the dark. And I send Frumpkin to glomp onto Fjord's arm and shoulder.
All right.
Better hand him that hat.
Yeah.
We'll be waiting for you upstairs.
Yeah, fair enough.
If anything starts to go wrong, we'll try and get to you. If you are encumbered, we'll try and clear a path. And once you're up with us, I'll bring everybody to the surface.
Yeah. If you hear the signal, take off. You remember the signal, right?
No. Oh man, I feel like that signal happens a lot, though. That's a
common signal.
I mean, we hear it a lot.
Yeah. I'm going to sit down really fast and just say, "Hey, traveler. So I know that, he's like doing something for this other god guy, but we both know this other god is really stupid. So, if you do me a favor and just, watch after Fjord, that would be really great because, he's done a lot of things that has really helped out with stuff for you, and he's gonna be pretty helpful in helping me get to you later this year. So, yeah, anyway, I really like you, and I really like him, and I would like if you would help out, please. Thank you.
Can I go and sit down right in front of Jester?
Yeah.
Can I help you?
What did he say?
Did you hear what I was saying?
Kinda. You had a little projection on it, yeah.
Oh, shit, I thought I was whispering. Hold on, let me think. I'm listening.
Jester.
What?
You don't have to tell me. It's fine. I appreciate the sentiment. It's okay. You can go.
I really hope he does help you.
Me too.
Be safe, Fjord. And also, don't turn evil, okay? But if you do, I'll still be your friend. I mean, it's okay. Some people are evil. It's okay. Just don't turn evil to me.
Or
okay?
anyone else, just you?
Really, any of us would be nice, but...
Deal.
Okay.
Okay. All right, get going.
While all that was happening, I was just picking up some platinum and gold.
That's
that I
if
found.
there's any left.
Okay.
Combing the silk, and I've got the armor.
All right. You grab the leather armor. Okay.
Uh-huh.
You guys all make your way up, begin to clamber through.
I go last, and on the way out, I just tap Fjord on the shoulder. And good luck, and I'm looking forward to seeing you upstairs. And I cast protection from good and evil, and protection from evil.
Okay.
I don't know what that does.
You know what that does, though.
I do.
Okay.
Good luck, Captain.
Just in case.
All right. As you all ascend and vanish out of sight, leaving Fjord and Frumpkin behind, you look down upon the base of this interior chamber. The same recess that you had met before at Urukazel, beneath the temple of the Yanti. You can see, now that you're kind of surveying it by yourself, standing over it, the hints of the same spiral grooves that all emerge from it in a similar pattern as the one you previously saw, carving up the walls and meeting the upper area with the faint bits of runes occasionally visible along. The same form of prison enchantment placed on this chamber as the one you've already seen.
I will kneel down in front of the recession, and I will look at the eye that's in the pommel of the falchion. Let's see what this does. And I'll place it in the recession.
Okay. As you place the sword pommel down into the center of that recess, the eye glows, your vision goes dark, and dark to black. Flash of bright yellow light. Your eyes kind of wince, though you force them open. Looking ahead of you, you can see a bright yellow eye, the size of your body, staring towards you, emitting this painful glow, the singular dark slit from top to bottom, focusing and twitching in your direction before it finds you. Watching. You hear a deafening crack. And though your eyes are still adjusting to the light before you and focusing intently on this eye, on the peripheral around it, you can just barely make out what looks to be shifting shadows, like tendrils or movement. something serpentine beginning to shift. It seems to be resisting some sort of binds, making gains on them.
Adept.
A loosened tendril curls behind you. You don't change your focus. Looking into the eye, you feel like an icy blanket, this scaly-like tail, almost as large as your body, begin to wrap around you. The touch is freezing, ice cold, and you feel your back arch. It begins to envelop and squeeze you. The cold sensation overwhelms your senses. Your entire body goes numb and your vision begins to blur once more. The light of the eye begins to fade as the cold sensation and the grasp of this tendril becomes the entirety of your awareness. You hear a distant sound of muffled cracking again. As the blackness claims your vision, you see a distant shape, like a broken shore at midnight. Before you. Waves curl against this shore. This long, protracted beach. Just the faint bits of starlight in night, giving you just the basic outline of it. Along that beach, you see 3 points of light. Different from what your previous vision were. They're not bright, singular points, but 3 focused gathering of dull lights. You glance over, there's cities. Cities at night, 3 of them along the shore. Beyond that, a faint bit of yellow grabs your attention. Beyond these 3 coastal cities, you see a forest. Jungle. You can't make out the details from this strange kind of elevated vantage point. You feel like you're flying above the sky. And the light goes brighter, and it's the same tint as the eye that summoned you here, as the spheres that you've claimed through your journey. Above that forest, you can see looming the peak of a mountain range. And as that light goes brighter and brighter in the heart of this jungle, you just hear once more.
Release.
The light gets brighter until it begins to hurt your eyes. You're trying to focus on it, trying to will yourself towards it, and it gets too much and you force your eyes shut. The minute you open them, you're back in the chamber. Your body is pins and needles as the numbness begins to fade. You glance down. The yellow sphere that was the base of your sword, the eye, it's just the dull, lifeless metal that was there when you first found the falchion. You watch as all the runes suddenly begin to glow with that same yellow, faint light. The spirals all around you. The stone shifts again and cracks, and you see bits of stone and leftover sediment begin to just release within the inside of the chamber.
Time to go. I'll head towards the tunnel.
Okay, the rest of you up top, all of a sudden you feel this seismic activity around the base of this.
He did it.
Why don't we all get outside and
He's on his way.
be here
We've
right
already
now?
stopped moving.
A second one. At this point, you can see now, previously, these very, very difficult to find runes that were filled in with bits of dust and sand and muck that had gathered begin to kind of burst up and reveal the same yellow runes that you had seen previously in the temple light up the chamber around where the Hydra battle took place.
I look at the runes in the armor that I'm holding.
No apparent connection from what you can tell. However, as the second impact hits the tower.
Ah,
We need to get
are
down.
we in there?
Yeah, you guys are in.
We're heading out.
Leave out of the thing.
Okay, you guys all begin to leave. What order? Who's going first?
I'm swimming quickly ahead of everyone because I'm expeditious retreat.
All right.
I'll wait.
Okay, you're next.
I'll push Not in front of me.
I don't need pushing.
Doesn't matter, you're being pushed through.
Okay.
Jester and Bo, I need you both to make dexterity saving throws, and you as well, Fjord, as you make it just going through the top.
What's your plus dex? So.
It's a natural
Oh no,
one,
natural
so
one.
it doesn't matter.
What are you rolling for?
21.
What are we rolling for?
Oh.
No, but
No,
we
you're
don't
not.
have
Just
to.
the three of us. Yeah.
All right. 15 points of bludgeoning damage. As bits of the stone kind of knock you around, you take half of that, so you only take a 7. And what'd you roll for it?
I rolled a 7.
You rolled a 7, so you take the 15 points as well. As you manage to move through the space, and just as Fjord you emerge, and the rest of you kind of begin to make your way outside of the temple, you hear this low rumble. And you watch as some of the rubble that was tumbling inside suddenly begin to push upward.
Whoa.
The current of water around you begins to change in an odd way, like there's a sudden suction you weren't expecting. And all of you begin to be drawn towards the temple once more. Like all the seaweed begins to tear loose and be thrust upward. There is a geyser bursting from the chamber below where you once were, and it's causing this vacuum that's pulling you up with it. All of you make strength saving throws, please. Try and grab something in the vicinity.
Oh my god.
Oh gosh.
I don't know.
Can I cast control water?
You can, if you like to.
Is everybody around us?
I think we're pretty tight knit.
A lot of you may be. Yes.
I've shot ahead a little bit because I'm still. If it's under 10 minutes since I cast, I don't.
Well,
I
yeah,
don't
but we
know
were
how
just
much
going
time
through
is
the
left.
door, so we were like getting sucked back towards the.
Yeah, you guys are being pulled back towards the temple.
I'm gonna cast control water and try to change the direction of the water around all of us so that we can push away from the geyser. And
Okay.
get farther away from it.
I'll allow that. So as you all, don't even have to make saving throws, as you all begin to be pulled into it, this vacuum as the geyser is tearing up, you watch as the temple that was collapsing is now being pulled up, and bits of the stone are being thrust up into the sky above it, into the top of the ocean. All of you feel the immense drag, and then it laxes again, and you turn around and see Jester sitting there, arms out, forcing the will of the ocean around to just hold tight and still around you.
Swim away!
Are we all going up? Let's go up, and I'm casting Water Walk on everybody.
Okay. All of you,
including you, we're all
of you begin to rise up at a rocketing speed towards the surface of the ocean. As the water passes by, you manage to all emerge from the top. The speed you're at, now that you know it's coming, you manage to kind of do your best to slow your descent and land carefully. I won't make you roll for any damage. And as you all land, you hear this sound as you glance over in the direction off the side of where that temple top would have been. There is a geyser shooting 100 feet in the air.
Oh.
Bits of rock are being thrown like volcanic bombs in different directions, and then it loses its force and power, eventually coming to rest, and the ocean is no longer spraying into the air.
Let's head to the ship.
Where is the ship?
Where's the ship?
The ship's maybe a few hundred feet from where you were.
Let's walk that way.
Jester, I didn't know you could mess with water like that.
Yeah, Fjord, haven't you seen me control water before?
No?
Yeah, they both made the ship go a little faster.
Yeah, we can both.
Oh, yeah. I'm
But
forgetful.
not like that, underwater.
That was very, very, very nice.
You guys jog your way towards the ship. You see somebody off the side notice you and just start shouting to the rest of the crew, at which point the sails are unfurled a bit, and as you guys make your way towards the edge, they throw the rope ladders, and you all begin to climb your way back onto the Ball Eater's deck.
We really got to do something about that at some point.
What?
We're not in the water anymore.
Thank God. The water sucks so bad.
All right.
So,
I mean, it worked.
Did you get any special stuff?
yeah, do something.
How do you
something.
feel?
Would I know if I got something new?
You sense there is that lingering kind of pins and needles. It hasn't quite faded entirely. There's kind of just a buzzing energy about you.
Do I know what it is?
It's something connected to the ocean.
Okay.
Something connected to water.
I mean, I can try, and I'll reach my hand out towards the sea and just lift up my hand.
Borrowing from the imagery that you've seen with Avantika's
Yeah.
Attempts at shaping and manipulating the waters that
Cleaning
surround her.
herself on her balcony.
Correct. As you will the water to follow, and you guys watch this as well, it extends in a tendril and wraps up toward the edge of the ship and seems to be awaiting a command.
Whoa, you
Yeah,
can do it.
I think we're good.
Orly at this point is rushed up and is like, Captain, now where are we going?
Make for the coast, or we've had enough time at sea.
Fuck yes.
All right. You begin shouting commands, and you hear a voice shout from the crow's nest. Mary's to Paul, Captain! Ship sighted!
Oh no.
You see him pointing off to the side. You guys glance towards the southern archipelago island, and at the edge of one of the cliff sides, where there's like a waterfall and a bit of the forest gather there, you watch as the front of a boat is emerging from what was a previously unseen seaside cave.
Oh no.
What? Do they
And that's
have...
where we're going to take our break.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, you may.
Oh, man. Watching through Frumpkin's eyes as he did everything down below, other than hearing Fjord talk without his twang, did I see the tendril that appeared, or was that all in his mind?
All you saw was him place the sword in the spot. There was a flash of light from where it was.
Yeah.
And he was immediately... There was no time passage.
Yeah. So just heard him speak and heard him wedge a sword in the ground.
Correct.
Okay.
So we'll be right back here
Wow.
to see what happens
That
here
was
next
amazing,
bit.
Matt.
Damn. Really cool shit.
Oh man, we're just getting started. So we have our fantastic Wormwood giveaway. So before we leave, we have to give away tonight this awesome Purple Heart tabletop tray. You've seen it here before. It's one of the awesomest colors here.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Just the best.
Leather inside. Thank you, Liam. I think we all wanted it.
Yeah.
So that'll be granted to one of you lucky winners. To enter, head on over to the Critical Role Twitch chat here at twitch.tv/Critical Role and enter tonight's keyword, beard. B-E-A-R-D. Beard. Enter it once. More than once, you'll be disqualified. And once again, it's only for critters in the U.S. and Canada, excluding Quebec, because weird laws. But we'll have the winner when we return. See you in a few minutes. And welcome back. So before we jump in, our winner of the fantastic Wormwood giveaway tonight is Drin Scorpio. Drin Scorpio, congratulations. We'll get your info and get that sent to you ASAP, but well done.
That was my first AD character. So, I forgot to hand these out at the break. And if anyone wants a durian candy.
Oh no.
Durian
Yeah,
fruit?
durian fruit candies.
Does it
guys.
smell like durian?
Yeah, it smells and is made out of durian.
What the hell is durian?
Don't open
Oh.
Do it, Travis.
No.
You ever see those like super spiked Asian fruit?
Take it away.
They smell like rotten flesh when you open them.
No. Don't open that.
You can do it.
Ugh.
No, it's got a wrapping around it. You have to take the wrapping off.
What is that?
It's a wrapping.
Well, number one.
You were only warned
Wait,
6
do you-
times
do you
before you put it in
like-
your mouth.
Yeah.
Durian?
It's good.
Oh,
It's an acquired taste.
Alrighty. So,
I've never tried it.
as you all get onto the ship, and Orly begins to make the course, you hear Marius Paul shouting from the crow's nest that there is a ship emerging. You turn it and look towards the southern island of the archipelago and see emerging from a seaside cave that you had not noticed upon entry, the front of a ship, the bow, piercing the edge and making its way towards you.
What's it look like? What's it look
on a
like?
course to intercept, starboard, port.
You don't know. You can wait and find out. What are you doing?
Someone who waited for us to do the hard work.
No, we're dropping all the sails. We're getting the fuck out of here, and I'm going to use control water to push the back of our boat out the fucking archipelago.
Okay. All right. So, you guys, the sails begin to drop. Begin to pick up the wind and make your way. Which direction? East, north?
North.
Right.
Northeast, the way. I imagine that's the closest one. If
All
there's
right.
a closer
Yep.
opening.
Northeast would be the way to go.
Yeah.
All right. So making that route, you're giving the direction. The sails pick up and the ship begins moving. As the ship turns around the corner and you're glancing as it makes its way in your direction, no colors flying. Similar size, of a little bit smaller than your ship.
As a first mate,
Correct.
do I get a dope first mate kit, like a spyglass?
There is a spyglass on
There's
on
a
board.
spyglass?
Yeah, that's
Can
part
I
of the equipment.
use the spyglass?
You may make a perception check with advantage.
Do you open it like that, or do you do one of these like, and then use
Oh,
it?
I absolutely. And then.
Into the ocean.
Yes. Just straight perception?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wait, what?
He said at advantage.
At advantage?
Yeah, with the spyglass.
Oh my God, it's cocked. You don't get to keep it, but it was like 20. Fuck you.
This literally happens to be
It's cocked.
So sorry.
much. That's better.
good, though.
That's better. 21.
21. Okay. As you glance off to the side, you can see the ship. There appears to be a crew waiting on deck, scattered amongst the edges of it, kind of looking over. Maybe 6 people you can see. They're all dressed in drab, kind of dark grays and blacks and greens. Yeah, sails fully open at this point, and you do notice that there are gun ports on it. What looks to be 4 gun ports on the side that you can see that are being opened currently.
Oh no! And you said they weren't flying colors.
Correct. No flags.
Okay, I turn around to Fjord, relay that message, say they've got gun ports, they're about to fire!
Captain, should I go under and ready the cannons? Captain!
Make ready the cannons.
Aye, Captain!
Okay.
What's the give them fair warning? What? You want me to give them fair warning?
Yeah. What's the distance from the ship? If we had to get
At
it.
this point, from what you can gather, as you're turning around and heading that direction, because you were kind of towards that southern island for the place in between the 3 where you found, it's maybe about, at this point, 2,000 or so feet away from you.
Okay.
Once they're close enough.
So you are taking down some of the crew to begin manning the guns?
Yes. I have no idea.
All right, so you have the special officer action on the lower left area.
Special officer action?
There's also one here for
What the hell's going on?
for the captain and the first mate. With the statistics for your ship. As we are currently
couldn't just get to land, god damn it. Just kidding.
I'm getting emotional.
Taliesin, you have any idea what the range on a cannon is?
Far.
The
120 or 480?
The cannons you have here are 120 short range, 480 foot long range.
Okay.
And there
we have 7 cannons.
more than 4 times
4 on the
further away.
And, and I still have a control water, so once they're within 300 feet, I can make their life very unpleasant.
Holy shit.
I thought, was she the bosun?
You're the bosun.
Oh my god.
I'm the bosun?
I don't know. Who did the ropes and the sails?
Oh yeah.
Wait, I have this written down.
I'm the bosun.
I'm the bosun.
Now a bosun?
We're all the bosun.
You got these 3
No,
actions.
you were a carpenter. The bosun was Caduceus.
Yeah, what do you need?
No, you have access to these actions as well.
At least it
The
was.
top 2. The only person that gets the bottom action is you, because you're the master guy.
Oh, because you're a master. I see.
So I can do it with the top
But are you guys fleeing or are you engaging?
What are we doing, Captain?
I am
Hang on,
reading
we're
this card.
digesting.
As an action while on deck.
As an action in the man, unless you're going to help prepare a singular cannon shot with additional explosive powers, your ship's next cannon attack deals an additional 1d10 bludgeoning damage. If the attack roll is 1 or 2, the cannon misfires, cannot be fired again.
What?
That's an extra action other than just regular loading?
Your crew takes care of the loading for you, but you as the master gunner, every round can give that benefit to one of the cannons that are being fired.
So we can do 2 of these, right? That's what you just said. And the master gunner.
It's like a mini game.
It's a legitimate game.
And how many
It's
cannons
Pillars
do
of
we have?
Eternity, you guys.
It's hilarious how that game came out this year, and this has been our adventure.
Good synergy.
God.
Works. So
It's helped me learn a lot.
Each of us get 2
Prepare for this.
So the captain, the first mate, and the bosun each have access to 2 special action options described below. Options. Full speed ahead and fire at will. And then the master gunner has access to the pack the good powder special action.
Right, which is a singular
So
cannon shot
that's
with
right.
additional
And how many
explosive
cannons do we
powder.
have?
7.
You have 7. There were 8, but one of them got
How many on
damaged.
the side that's facing our interlopers, our enemy?
It should tell you you have
4 on the port, 3 on the starboard. We don't know which side they're on.
Huh?
right now where you guys, because you guys are facing, you're perpendicular to them, you're going to have to turn to make that motion, which is how they're able to start kind of gaining on you. You do have some lead time.
Are we both facing the same direction right now?
Right now, no. You're facing kind of in a where the ship was when you got on, and kind of a southeast way. So you're gonna have to turn to make your way that way, but you can. You still have a little bit of gain on them.
So are they on the starboard right now?
Right now, they are on the starboard side. Yes, starboard bow.
Yeah.
We got 3 cannons on that side.
So, can we do each of these actions on our turns, or one of these actions a round?
Each of you can do one of these on your turn for the round. Once we engage in any sort of ship-to-ship combat, but right now you guys are too far away. So you choose now. You could either choose to engage, or you can choose to try and outrun.
Run or fight? Say it now. What do you want to do?
You said run, I think.
Yeah, I did.
Run's a good idea.
Yeah, but you've already risked a lot for me.
I think they wouldn't be here if we didn't have something that they want.
Captain, the cannons are armed and ready. Give me the order.
We'll see how fast they are. We'll turn to flee.
Okay.
And use the water.
All right. So are you giving the full speed ahead action? Essentially.
Yes.
Okay. So the sails unfurled. The ship begins to turn, making its way towards port side, arcing northeast to try and pick up the wind and begin to gain slow speed. The other ship has turned and is making its way in your path and is gaining speed rapidly. Was prepared for your arrival, and it took you guys a minute to get everyone engaged to go ahead and start shoving off. It's closed the distance to about 1,000 feet. Over the time it takes you to start to get everything ready to go and heading that direction. Like I said, it is smaller, probably faster, and its crew are looking to try and catch up and engage. So.
Probably faster.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and let's roll initiative for the. Let's roll initiative, guys.
For all of us, or just for our boat?
For all of you, and the boat has its own initiative.
Whoa.
For everybody with a thing to do, because I don't think I have a thing to do, so I could just hang out.
Yeah, you can just hang out. One.
I'm going to start identifying spells. I'm rifling through jesters.
You can throw fireballs and shit.
If they get in range.
Okay.
So,
that's true.
Do you want to roll initiative then?
Oh. Ship did well with a 15.
In 6-second rounds, I don't think we're in traditional.
Yeah, I don't know.
They,
this is a minigame.
you guys, however, not so great. That's a 6 for you guys.
I still have some good spells.
All right. So. 25 to 15, 25 to 20, guys.
20.
20.
Gunner, nice.
20 to 15.
17.
17.
15.
Keep going.
I think it smells good.
Alrighty. 15. Caleb. 10. 15 to 10.
14.
14.
12. I probably would eat one.
What are you eating? What are you eating?
The jackfruit candy.
It's not jackfruit.
What is it?
Durian.
Durian. The durian candy.
Alrighty.
We usually get durian pastries after those kind.
And then who's left? Is Yasha? Yasha.
Oh, she got a
like-
3. No, 5.
All right.
Did
So
we
anyway,
roll for the ship?
I did.
15.
Okay.
Like
No, their ship is
pineapple
15.
and
You guys had a
coconut
6.
And like
What? The
I-
ship had a 15.
Their ship had a 15. All right. So anyway,
Yeah.
the ships are moving. They're too far away for you to fire. In giving the orders to move, you guys are managing to stay pretty neck and neck as far as travel for the moment.
Maintain distance.
Maintaining a fair distance. As you head northeast, just passing beyond the island to the east side of you, pushing outside of the archipelago, the wind begins to die a little bit, and your speed slows. So does theirs, it seems. But it doesn't. Their sails maintain up.
Their sails do?
Their sails do.
Are they getting
they got magic.
How long is your water?
It's gone. My control water was just to get
Mine's
up out.
It's up for 10 minutes. And it's at the back of the boat.
It's been more than 10 minutes since you guys shoved off, though.
Oh, well, there you go.
So if we maintained speed with that,
They
and
will
they're a fast boat.
All right.
So we need to.
Engage.
Yep.
Can we put them between us and land so that maybe if we can ground them?
Between us and where?
I have no idea.
Is there-
I don't
is
even
there- are
have
there
a
rocks? Are
visual
there-
of where we are in relation to anything.
Okay.
How clear is the
I'll show you.
It tastes
Will
like
show
if
us?
you ate a cheeseburger and had a peanut
Say for the
butter.
purposes of just distance, I'm putting this down because it's more interesting to look at.
Yay!
Just a table. But we'll say
I like that it's got little rivets.
I like it.
One more?
You can have mine.
Laura's on
I
team.
only do this to
Durian.
myself once a year.
We'll say this is them. Let's say this is you guys, about 1,900 feet away. For, let me see, what can I use here for land masses? We'll say, sure, that'll work.
Merry Christmas.
We'll say as you're coming around here, this is the island. You guys are heading, this is north, this is east, and you're coming through this space here. And we'll use, this here is the other island as you're moving past, we'll say.
Captain, let's hug the coast to our right a little hard. Maybe I can, once they get close enough, shove them.
The coast off the starboard?
Yeah, and shove them into the rocks, maybe.
So you want to do a hard 45-degree turn? If we do that, if we turn starboard side, we can try and hit them with our starboard cannons.
Just get around that little piece of...
No,
We've only got 3 cannons on the starboard side, though. If we
We're
turn
still out of
port
range
side,
by 300, 400 yards.
I can't do anything until they're 300 feet away. Anyway.
Sure, yeah. Let's aim to hug the coast on the starboard side.
Okay. So as you guys maneuver and tend to hang in close, kind of making your way in towards the island, they do gain a little bit of distance. Good. And move in. I need you to make a survival check as you are currently leading the ship to try and avoid any sort of heavy rocks and things along the side of the island.
That is a 3.
Can I give... Because I would be doing this as well. Can I give advantage to that, or can I roll as well on that? No, he has to roll.
He's the captain, unfortunately, yeah.
-2 to survival checks, y'all.
Ooh. So that puts you at that's a 3 total?
No, 5, yes, a 3.
Yes, a 3. Okay. Heading towards the side there, pushing a little close in to the island. Immediately you hear... not enough to like damage the hull to a serious point, but it does suffer 2 points of slashing damage, we'll say, across the hull.
Is our hull at full strength?
It is.
Okay, I got that. Yeah.
Okay.
Moving forward, it manages to dislodge from the rock, suffering another 6 points of bludgeoning or of slashing damage.
Okay.
But you managed to pull off the rock. At noticing this jutting the other ship, rolls better, manages to avoid.
Are they close enough now?
No.
Damn
They
it.
are still gaining though. They're about
How close?
600 feet away.
How close do you need
300.
Are you guys continuing straight?
Uh-huh.
All right.
We're hugging the coast. We're going to
Hugging the
continue
coast.
on that same line.
All right.
We need
So,
we need 480
all
anyway.
this shifts over
We'll let him do his thing.
this way. As you guys continue to hug this side, they gain to about 400 feet. 300 feet.
Now,
Do it.
Now what?
What do you do?
I am going to cast Control Water, and I'm just going to shove that, like all the water. I'm just going to push them right into the island.
With a tidal wave?
Yeah.
I can't quite tidal wave. I can do redirect flow, or I can do whirlpool. I think are my two.
What are you going to choose?
It's a wave, for sure.
Yeah, it's a wave.
It's a wave.
Okay.
That's what I was worried
If
with
I
Avantika
remember, you
about.
could do a few different things.
Yeah.
You
Yes,
could
20 different
whirlpool.
20-foot tall wave that travels from one
It's a
side.
25%
Oh, there we
chance
are.
of capsizing.
Correct.
All right. I'm throwing them onto the island.
All right.
While
Well,
he's doing that, Captain, should we turn to engage or no?
Nope.
Okay.
alrighty. So control water. You're too far away from the beach to push them onto the beach itself. You're 300 feet from them, but they're still about 200 or 300 feet out from any sort of sand bank that would
Sure.
impact them. There are rocks in the vicinity, so I'll consider that a little bit of a benefit, the chance of capsizing.
Thank you.
All right, so you are attempting to capsize the ship, 25% chance. Go ahead. I'll make that a 30% chance. Go ahead and roll a percentage die for me, if you don't mind. As you guys watch, as Caduceus concentrates, you watch
3 or lower, it's good.
the first one.
Percentile.
Yes. So
All
roll.
right.
So yeah.
I got them. So that.
Yeah.
3-0.
15.
15. You watch as the ocean swells up and slams into the ship, and the ship capsizes and scrapes onto the edge of what looks to be a bank of heavy rocks.
Just water.
Oh,
Oh, I gotta sit down now. That was really tiring.
Glad we went through all that.
Holy
so I can
moly.
get that spell once a day.
That was serious stuff, man.
Captain, they're vulnerable. Turn so we can finish them off.
Make it so.
Yes.
Turn to port. Prepare to fire. Smoke these motherfuckers.
Pack the good powder.
All right,
We could also see what they have on board.
Yeah.
Yeah, after we splinter the ship.
I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of that initiative order. That's not going to do anything now. And set aside all these great.
They can unflip their ship. We don't know.
Yeah. They obviously had some sort of wind at their sails.
Yeah. You gather as you begin to turn the ship around and watch their ship. They do not have anything to right it from being capsized against a bunch of jagged
Well, I
rocks.
mean, they got some archaic people. They'll be fine if they can survive this barrage.
Fire!
All right.
You heard the order, men. Fire!
Yeah, for the purposes of brevity.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, don't apologize. That's what this shit's for.
Oh, shit.
That was a 30% chance for an immediate win, and you did it.
Yeah, there was a
You would've done it
70%
even without
chance
the
it was gonna fucking fail, and we were gonna turn to port and get into it.
Wow.
And you as you turn around and prepare the cannons, you see the top half of the sideways ship begin to slift over to where the actual base of the hull and the cargo hold is now visible at the top. Bits of the masts have snapped and are now floating in the sails in the ocean. You can see a few people that are starting to scramble out from underneath as you let loose a volley of cannon fire on it. You can go ahead and roll those attacks if you'd like to.
Oh, I think he would.
Three attacks? Which way did we turn? Doesn't matter.
3 attacks, but yep. But the first one has
terrible.
additional damage.
The first one's okay. 7, 7, 14. Let's see here. There's plus 6 to hit, so 13, 13.
Is it all just on the hull?
20. I'm
It's
sorry.
most of what you can see right now. So,
Okay.
so is it 13, 13, and 20? You said?
13, 13, 20.
Oh yeah, the first two. The third one slams into the hull. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
We're realizing the amount of hours that must have gone into the detail.
It'll
of
happen again. Well, thankfully, most of this was available as an Unearthed Arcana in D&D, and then I did my own tweaks and.
Okay.
So about an hour.
As I'm
About an
reading
hour
into
wasted.
targeting
It's
the
fine.
helm or the sails or the cannons.
Yeah.
30
You wait.
points of damage.
30 points of damage. You get splinter into the hull, which is already taking a shit ton of damage. Yeah, the ship's fucked. Sorry, Mike Merle. So we tried to play with it a little more.
I want to do this fight. Can't they just maybe the cannon blast flipped it back over again, and they got a second win?
Nah.
I want to kill things with my cannons.
You're not shooting that great anyway. I think probably this was for the best.
Yeah, you can see shards of wood all scattered in the area around it, and the boat is sinking. It is between the impact of being capsized by the wave, the blast of the cannon fire, and just the fact that you're so close to the edge of the island put it in a position where it can't right itself.
What do we see in the way of survivors swimming about?
Make a perception check.
Should we go rescue them and get this shit?
Are you guys okay?
They're very far away. 8.
Are you guys okay?
There are 7 swimming survivors.
The cannons are loaded again.
Do we want to grab one or two of these people so we know what was going on in the first place?
Or all of them.
I mean, they might just be pirates.
Not anymore, they're not.
Oh, what if it's the same thieves who robbed us twice?
Oh my god!
They tried their hand at the new occupation.
We got a boat now, baby. This is going down.
Oh, so good. No. It can't be.
We're thousands of miles away from.
We even did another job.
Fucking wild now.
Do you? Well, I mean,
Yes, it was a ship waiting for us to do what we
The
did.
survivors.
Oh, let me put my papers away.
Oh,
Don't apologize. That was awesome. That's how you do it.
nice call,
I
Taliesin. Nice call.
All right.
Taliesin, way to break the game.
Yep. Fuck your shit up. I will make sure you will never get to shoot a cannon. I will make sure that you are never going to get to shoot a cannon.
That boat is as dead as a Nothic.
So,
Do you want to go close and toss out a rope for a couple?
Yeah.
All right.
We can.
Are you guys?
some
Do you
stuff
guys
on your
have
ship.
magic? Are you going to attack us?
as you're shouting over the edge, the ones that you can see, they're mostly raggedy-looking human ne'er-do-wells. Like they've probably been at sea for a while. Skin tanned and burned in places. There is one tabaxi among them. That is the only one that's actually responding to anything you're saying. And she goes, "Bring us aboard. Just show mercy." And he's like swimming and trying to get the water's kind of thrashing her about.
Please, but.
Do any of you want a tattoo?
Oh no!
Do you bring up all 7 survivors?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, it's up to our captain.
How many manacles do we have?
I don't know. How many do you have?
I don't fucking know. How many manacles do we have? Master Gunner?
23.
Manacles? I'm not on manacle duty. Fire!
Are you firing the cannons?
No, we'll just keep them tied up.
Captain,
That would have been hilarious.
I would like to point out the more people we have to bring on board, the more people we have to feed, or if we don't have enough food, then we have enough food. All right.
All right.
That I can help with. But we should maybe.
Maybe, Caleb, will you make sure that none of them are magic users as they come up on board, okay?
I can kind of do that. You have to get them in a circle and keep them at bay for a moment.
Who can tie?
We'll be okay. So how are we getting there?
Do we? I forget. Do we have any firearms, or does the planking dock crews clear all that out when
all
the fight went?
Everything that was on the ship.
No firearms.
Aside from the can.
One.
Yeah, you got one.
It's okay, we'll just aim our fingers at them instead.
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
up here!
Yeah, it's not like they've got. I'm sure they're not swimming. Well, we'll see. Yeah, let's get them up.
All right. One by one, you pull the waterlogged wayfarers that were on the opposite ship. They all get back onto the dock and look particularly just frustrated, angry, and maybe sizing each of you up with their eyes as they all take a place in a begrudgingly subservient position until eventually the tabaxi gets up and climbs and shakes this kind of wide-brimmed black velvet hat that looks stained and fucked up from the seawater. There was that large feather plume on it that looks like it's kind of snapped in the middle and hanging. And it's like, ah. All right, so, well done. You cheated the hell out of that, but what do you want of
Why
us?
did you attack us?
Because you wandered into the middle of the archipelago and seemed to be easy pickings. What else?
Oh, that wasn't very smart. Don't you know how badass the ball eater is?
The tabaxi, which wears a very calico kind of fur coloring, head turns to the side and goes, the what?
The ball eater? That's the name of our ship, the ball eater. We eat balls.
One of the other pirates comes up and like puts the hand on his shoulder and goes, "It's okay, Captain. We just got taken out by the ball eater."
Unfortunately, you found us on a day of mercy. You have a second chance at life. Is there anywhere you would like to go?
The tabaxi's eyes narrow. Are you the captain of this vessel?
I am.
And your name is?
Captain Tusktooth.
Sticking with it.
I am Captain Serac Fang.
Oh, hey man, that's like both of you are teeth people?
Tusktooth and Fang.
Fang.
That's a better name.
Oh man.
F-E-N-G.
Oh. Well, all right.
It works.
And, well, you have managed to sink the,
The cock gobbler?
yeah, the Salty Chris.
Salty Chris?
Yes.
Did you have
If-
any treasure on there or anything?
The captain looks back over, and it is just sunk. It's gone. It's beneath the waves.
On the bottom of it.
Well, not anymore. But we have our lives and a third of our crew.
Oh. I'm sorry, what was that last part?
The third of our crew.
Sorry.
You lost 14 crew?
They're not here, are they?
Well, they tried to attack us, you know? That things happen when you get...
They attacked the ship after a gigantic geyser of water spewed forth from the ocean. I'd say they stuck their dick in it, yeah.
We plan to...
caught our attention.
And we plan to make our way for the Menagerie Coast. Do you have any objections with that?
They all kind of wince at the idea. Could you just maybe leave us on the island?
Are you wanted in a city there?
They're pirates.
What do you think, small one?
Sidebar.
Excuse us a moment, yes? Master Gunner.
Captain, we're not welcome in one of these towns, but maybe we could make some sort of a trade, give them some pirates that they've been looking for in exchange for immunity or at least clemency, leniency.
I have a feeling Dark Toe would side with these people.
Not Dark Toe.
You mean Nicodranus?
Nicodranus.
Yeah, but we're betting on the fact that they do. I think if we go into Nicodranus, we need to be as stealthy as possible. There's a chance it might not take it. We should just probably drop them off at the island, give them some food.
Couldn't do that. They'll take a day, though. They can't really do anything till the morning.
Really nice tattoos.
We'll go into Nicodranus stealthily.
Yeah, we could try to turn them in and then just take them and us at the same time.
That's my fear.
Could give you a second.
I like the way you're thinking.
Could also give you a second to go down and take a look at the wreck of that ship, maybe. I mean, you can swim.
I can.
You're not feeling it?
I just don't know if I want to risk it. Orly, make for the shore of the nearest archipelago coast.
Come. The ship begins to make its way towards the edge. Since you're not in the middle of a rush here, you take some time to find what looks like a way to get close to the beach. Are you lending them a rowboat, or are you just tossing them into the ocean?
They're just going in.
All right.
Oh, but one of them I wanted to give a tattoo to. Come on.
A tattoo too?
Well, how about one stays on deck, and he's going to carry the canvas sack with some food rations.
Yeah, we got some stuff.
But in order to eat, you got to get the mark.
It's all totally optional.
It's not optional.
The tabaxi turns towards the four men who haven't jumped overboard yet and goes, "Hey, Leval, you're up," and then jumps off. It's like,
Don't worry, Laval. We're all friends here. Do you like tattoos?
And you can see there's a fair canvas of varying levels of faded tattoos that mark like shoulders and forearms. They're all really well made.
This is really nice.
Thank you.
I've been working really hard on my skills. Where would you like yours?
Kind of, you can see like the soaked, like ratty gray shirt. Kind of pulls it up, and the entire body is tattooed from wrist.
How about his face?
No.
No.
Well, you don't want a unicorn pooping on his face?
No, Captain. I have specific tattoos that I've been working on.
Oh, my fault, Jester.
And I want everyone who comes in contact with the Ball Eater and Captain Tusktooth to walk away with, his symbol.
What's his symbol?
It's a smiley face with a couple tusks and some googly eyes above it.
Jesus. This is so dark. Well, he's covered most places, so pick your
Where
spot.
wants it? Where would you like it? And think about this. Think about how cool this will be. Think about in 20 years when Captain Tusktooth is the most dangerous guy you've ever heard of, and there's stories about him. You'll be able to say, I crossed paths with the crew of Captain Tusktooth, and I lived.
If you use your left
Put it
pack.
right there.
Maybe so you can show people and be like, hey, check me out.
Sure, fine.
Cool,
do
cool,
it.
cool.
Just get it over with.
You know that hands are really hard because a lot of time the ink It spreads. Okay, I'm just going to do it.
Roll a dexterity check.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
I love
Oh
that
boy.
size sticks.
Oh. No, dexterity check. 18.
18. You produce a fairly successful, clean tattoo of your intended design.
Guys.
Good at those.
Yeah.
All right,
Loading him up with a bit of food.
give him the food. Bo, will you show him the door?
Right this way. Good Lavar. Work it.
Takes the
Work
sack.
it. Work the gangplank.
Just jumps off the side of it. At this point now, they're starting to get closer to dusk. You can see they all kind of swim to the shore. They've begun kind of assembling whatever scraps they can from the nearby tree line to start building a small camp for the night. What do you guys want to do?
I actually don't need to dive down there. I can't breathe water again for another, till we have a long rest.
May I have my books back, please, before you draw googly eyes in the pages? Did you already draw googly eyes on the pages?
Time to look
I
at what we
don't
got.
know, maybe. Here's another one for you.
Yeah.
There may be some surprises, maybe not.
Orly, can we set a course for Nicodranus by way of Broken Bank?
Aye, Captain. Well, if I might ask, what business we looking for in Broken Bank?
Oh, just going by the normal trade routes, just in case we, run across any trouble.
No stopping.
Why?
How are we on supplies, food, water? Anyone sick, hurt?
What I know that is first mate.
If anyone's sick,
No, like
Food,
for
water.
supplies.
you seem to be decent supplies. You stocked up at the Besaft Isle, and you have magical means of creating food if you need it.
Okay.
Yeah. Food and water never stops. If we don't need it
Broken
to.
back.
Are you asking Orly?
Orly.
I mean, you know Broken Bank. It's the first.
It's the next stop on a established
It's
shipping line.
for many of the shipping lanes. It's the first port of entry to give your paperwork to show what you're bringing in and make sure it's all approved and going through. It's part of the process of things making their way into port.
Well, if we're set, I think maybe just a speed route would be great.
Fair enough.
He goes ahead and starts making his way that direction. So from the archipelago to Nicodrona, so that stops. It looks to be between 5 and 6 days travel.
Nice. We'll throw in some control waters once every day.
That'll bring you down about 4.5, we'll say. Yeah, between all of you guys being able to juggle that around. Okay.
Caleb?
On that, can I send a message to my mama?
You may.
Hey, Mama. We are heading back to Nicodranus. Is it safe, do you think, for us to get there? Because I know that stuff is happening and they haven't heard from you in a while, probably because I haven't sent the message
That's
to...
it.
Passing. My jester, you're coming back? Well, I don't know specifically, but it does not appear to be a manhunt. Just be careful.
Mama says everything's okay. We just gotta be careful.
I think that's the plan. Caleb, you want to take time to identify your goodies?
I certainly do.
I hand Caleb the leather armor as well.
Thank you, Beauregard. I will go back to Not in my quarters and pull out the book and take in less than an hour to... There's 5 things now.
Okay. Because, you rolled really high on that investigation check. So what are the 5 things?
It was the stone shaped like a feather. It was the orb. It was the potion. It was the agate stone and the
Right.
studded leather armor.
All right.
Whoa.
That's
And there's also some coin that needs to be.
correct. No coin from the ship. However, you did manage to muster in the time that you gathered beneath there 48 copper pieces.
Between us or like each?
This is overall.
Okay.
You can divide as you see fit.
Copper.
If you choose not to divide, I can give you individual.
No, 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 no.
31 silver pieces.
31 silver.
323 gold pieces.
323?
Mm-hmm. And 14 platinum pieces.
Not bad.
Not too shabby.
Are we dividing it up among
I think
the group?
everybody gets 2 platinum.
All right, I'll do the math.
I would like to point out that maybe we should set a little bit aside to pay the crew.
They die before we reach the shore. What? No, pay the crew.
Wow.
Everyone took a second to be like.
In the background, from over the side.
He just jumps over.
No, you just see this little turtle head go.
Jesus.
All right. So, if there's any other business you want to take care of during this 4.5-day journey,
I would like to ask Bo, anyone else that lives in the Empire, if they could tell me a little bit more about where they live and who is the most concerned about the news that we received about the war moving south.
Well, I don't know. I can't speak for Caleb. Other
Busy.
Empire kid. Huh?
Busy.
He's busy.
He's looking stuff up. You're from?
I'm from Kamorda.
Right. And we came through the Wuyun gates.
Wuyun Gorge.
Yeah.
So, according to the information, they came all the way here to Felderwind, which is where Nara's
That's where I'm
from.
from.
My concern was that they mentioned that they used mountain passages. And if you took this mountain passage all the way through Felderwind, you would go along this route. But my concern was that you could easily just go east in that path and hit Kamorda. But I don't know.
Maybe we'll just see. It's at the discretion of everyone. Once we're off the boat, I'm not the captain anymore. I just don't know where the urgency lies.
I have no desire to go rushing back to my hometown. I think I'd prefer to go back to Zadash and check in personally.
Even with an army bearing down on it? You have family there.
Now, what are we going to do to stop an invading army?
Warn your folks, get them out of harm's way. No?
I don't know. I honestly don't even know if they'd believe me if I told them to run. So, what's the point? Maybe we could just better, organize our efforts together in a larger city like Zadash, or go check in on Nott's family first.
Bo, I want to honor what you said, but you only get one family. Are you sure that whatever's transpired between you is too much to drop a note?
I got a note from my parents when I was at the Cobalt Reserve, at the Cobalt Soul, and it seemed very clear that they didn't really want me to come back. My mother actually ended up birthing a son while I was at the monastery. So they got what they wanted, got rid of me, and thought that it would be best if we all parted ways. So I took that letter as a goodbye and decided to continue on my way.
You have a brother now.
I have a baby brother that I've never met.
No other siblings?
Nope.
Aren't you at all concerned that he might be an innocent in all this? He has your blood running through his veins.
I don't know, I guess I never thought about it like that. I never met the kid. It's hard to feel concerned about something you have no real personal connection with, whether they're your blood or not.
Well,
I don't know.
maybe just think about it. Him, at least. Could just give the kid a chance.
Yeah.
You'll know what to do.
I guess he could be okay. I don't know. Anyway, what about you, Nat? Are you here?
I don't know. Am I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi. I think so.
You guys are on deck, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not there.
What about me? What do you mean, what about me? I just want to get off this fucking water.
Should we go check in Felderwin?
I wouldn't mind swinging by if we're going that way. Just for a quick, quick check-in. But I don't know what our ultimate plan is. Do we need to go to any more ball places?
No, I think we're fine for a while. My first priority was just getting Jester back to her mama for a hot minute if we could.
How do we do that?
Well, I think we're pretty sneaky. We've learned some tricks. Wouldn't hurt to check out the fucking building that grows and shrinks as you approach it.
Wouldn't say no to that.
We are in a completely different boat, at least. Ship?
Ship?
And, we can make ourselves look different than when we left.
And if we're heading up into the Empire, we gotta go through the William Gate anyway.
Interesting point, though. We forged papers for the mistake, correct?
Yeah.
Do we have papers for the Ball Eater yet?
No.
Ownership slips.
In searching the captain's quarters, would we have discovered any sort of papier?
Nope, everything was removed at Dark Tower.
Yep. All right. Well,
Might want to make some more.
I'll be or drink some more. I can do that.
Made the first one pretty good.
Yeah. I remember how I
we
did it
just go full sail into port, crash into the docks. Caleb sets off Fireball as a diversion. We run in and hide among the corpses of the innocents that are scattered about.
Oh my god.
I have a problem.
I think that's a good plan, Captain.
All right, so we'll touch down Nicodranas, forge some papers, check in with Mom. From there, head towards Felderwin.
Fjord, do you have closure here on the open seas? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
What exactly happened down there, by the way?
Did you release it or what?
No, I did have another vision, but it seemed like Ukutoa was straining against whatever confines it was in, but not released. I saw a vision of another, maybe final temple location.
Where?
I saw a shore with 3 cities along the coast, and then a forest beyond that, and just before you got to a rocky mountain ridge, there was a single glowing light.
Wait, a coast with 3 cities? That's the Menagerie Coast.
It could be. I don't really care. For now.
Are you afraid?
Did you learn who you are?
No, and the thing I wanted the most was, in some of these, I saw a vision of Mandarin. Whether it's a statue or in a reflection or something, and I didn't see anything. Nothing.
Mandarin.
It was like his mentor.
So I don't really kind of run out of leads there. I don't really know where that leaves me on that, but we've spent enough time on me, and I don't have anything else to follow. Besides, there's danger coming.
I can still send a message to the Plank King. See if he answers.
Caleb wanders back up at this point and just starts listening.
Maybe we let a little bit of time go by. But thank you.
Are you in the slightest bit concerned that Uk'otoa might start speaking to you and putting more ideas in your head?
Not yet. I feel like we're good for a while. I couldn't tell you why. We'll see. It might be good to ask anyone if they know anything about Uk'otoa, or if there are like offsetting deities or gods, or he seemed incredibly powerful, and I have to admit I was a little unnerved seeing him push against his constraints in that way. I don't know, maybe there's just more to be learned.
Did he talk to you?
Just those single words. He says things like learn and, adapt.
Perhaps the tower. The strange tower that grows. Perhaps there's answers in there.
Yeah.
Or someone who might know.
Could be. Yeah.
Hey, what does your falchion look like? Didn't it have the eyeball in it? Is that still there?
Yeah, some minute.
Yeah, you look and see there is still the single eye that's always been in the middle of the hilt since your encounter with the marrow that first found it.
Cool.
Yep.
That was my favorite part.
Right.
Would have been sad, but went away.
I'm sorry, I'm coming into this midway. Am I to take it we're headed to the main?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good news.
Take it up into the Empire by way of Nicodranus.
We're gonna go check in on Felderwin.
Oh, that is a good idea. So you don't mean to pursue this any further right now?
No. No. And if I can, I'd like to find some way out of it.
I was going to ask you, does it concern you to turn away from this thing's desires? Do you worry it will abandon you? Leave you a mere mortal again?
Yes. I like how I am now. And to answer your question, I have no idea. I've only been in its favor. I don't know what the other side would be like.
But you intend to leave the sea for now?
Yeah.
Do you think he can read your thoughts?
No. I don't know.
Well, I mean, if what he's telling you to do is go towards the coast, that is what you're doing. So maybe he still thinks you're on his side.
You don't even know, do you?
No.
I mean, time might be on our side. Going off of Jester's point, 100 years can sometimes seem like 5 minutes for these godly type beings. Maybe he'll be content for a while.
I'm out of my depth. I have no idea. I don't know any more than you do. All I know is I'm ready to get off the sea for a bit. And unless I hear otherwise, all's well. No reason to assume otherwise.
Let's go.
Do you think the Wild Mother can hear your thoughts?
Oh, I know. The Wild Mother knows everything.
So, like, if you think like something dirty, she knows? What if like you're thinking like, oh man, I really got to poop?
Sure.
What if you're thinking, oh man, you know, I think I smell a little bit today, but
Never really thought that.
I've got like a booger in my nose.
Now I'm thinking about that.
What do you think? Like, oh, does my breath smell bad?
Oh,
Do you
does it?
usually think, no, your breath smells fine, but
Are
I'm
you
just
sure?
yeah, you smell pretty good.
Oh, that's nice. Thinking about this.
Speaking of stinky, Caleb, what do we get? What's all the stuff?
I have been in the ocean for days and days.
He's the most
and
sterile
days
he's ever been.
What did you get? What did you get?
Well, first I want you to admit that I have been washed from top to bottom.
I think you smell
For a month.
fantastic.
Yeah, if anything, you smell briny
You
now.
are a nice fellow.
Thank you. But no, really, I actually do think you smell better than nice.
You see?
I didn't say you were stinky. Not said you were stinky, Caleb. I think you smell like salt and fresh air.
Like a douche.
Revved up. Yeah, so these are very interesting. I'm so tired. There are two things that, well, there is one of these things that I am going to keep.
What is it?
It's a lucky rock.
Fun. Lucky rocks are nice.
There is another thing here that I probably should keep, but I don't have to. This bauble lights up and floats and lets us see in the dark.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Floats like in the air? Floats?
Just hovers a bit.
Oh, like a lantern.
Yeah, I just set it floating 5 feet above the deck of the ship.
It's just that glass sphere that you found beneath. You watch as Caleb goes ahead and speaks the command word.
It is Tawaj.
Tawaj?
And you watch as it kind of it rocks and then lifts off the ground and hovers and gives off a nice soft white torchlight like glow.
Does it flicker? Does it?
Yeah.
Is it like a hue light?
Can you change colors? Yeah.
Is it a fireplace setting?
Not exactly,
Rose.
but we're dim. Right, it's dark at this point, isn't it? Outside.
I'd say right now,
You're
yeah,
saying it was
yeah,
getting
it's
near
probably
dusk?
evening.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I say Fajar,
Suddenly, it gives off this extremely powerful, vibrant daylight. The entire ship's deck feels like it's suddenly like midday.
That's really bright.
And you hear as we give away our location.
Miles around.
very specific use cases for that, and then I just pluck it out of the air, and it should dim.
It does.
So
Cool.
Yeah.
one of you could
Can't see
carry it,
anything
but
now, but
since
feel like-
I am normally blind as a bat, Beauregard
yeah, you
has
should
her
have it.
glasses. That's
Yeah, of course.
What else?
super
What else?
cool. All right, so I will take both of these things.
What's the other thing you're keeping? A rock thing?
Lucky
so
rock.
it's a lucky
yes.
rock.
What's the lucky rock do?
It's kind of like a pet rock, but it brings you luck.
Does it light or reroll things? Like the lucky feet? Said not as Bo, just as Marisha.
No, it does not let you reroll. It does not reroll.
So what's it let you do?
This is
Okay.
a potion that makes one extremely strong for a short period of time.
You should give that to Fjord.
Fjord, Yasha.
Fuck off.
I don't go over to Fjord and hug him around the waist and pick him. I'm just kidding with you.
My back's popping.
I honestly was thinking Yasha, and if not Yasha, then you, Chester.
Oh, really?
Super strong.
Super
Well,
strong.
what else do you have? I don't want to claim that if
Okay,
there's
so I
better
stick that
things.
into my pocket. That's just a loner in my pocket. I don't want it. Caduceus, I thought this would be good for you. And I'm holding up a small stone leaf. Hand it to him. Don't put that on the deck, please, because it will turn into an actual tree.
Will it turn into a tree in your pocket?
Wow.
More than once or just once?
It doesn't say on here. I assume that it's like one time only.
It's a one-time only.
Just
You got a tree. We need
a
it.
tree.
Like
Okay.
instant fucking big ass tree.
60
Like
feet
60 foot tall tree. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's like if we had
It's like a ladder.
Could get into a tower or something.
Chia.
That's
Or
a
fucking
lot of
somebody's
tree.
ceiling. Really bad.
That's a
Explode
lot of
somebody's
tree.
house. And then Beauregard,
That's vicious.
this armor you found is quite exquisite, but
Okay.
you don't wear armor, do you?
Not generally.
No. It's a bit of a hard to do all the flipping around that you do.
I like full range of movement in many things that I do.
Caduceus does. I do.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, it would be good for any of you. This particular one was a little better at protecting you, but also you can speak to this thing and make the armor look like anything you like.
Oh fuck, that would be great to have.
It would be, yeah, but it doesn't work for monks.
The only person who can't.
You can make it look like robes, or the fanciest golden armor you can think of, or like a clown's outfit, or you can make yourself look like Fjord's clothes. It's like instant change of clothes.
Everyone else can do that already.
Does it
Yeah, I
come?
already have
Well, it's clothes, though. It's clothes.
Does it come with any protective?
Yeah. That's the first thing I said. It's above average.
I don't remember
It is,
much.
Do you need above average? Are you already
I'm
bumped?
in like studded leather armor.
As am I.
I'm in a breastplate.
That's what it is. It's studded leather.
So it'd be a bonus to either
Studded
of you.
leather +1.
So either of you would get a bonus to that.
And it's endless. It's limitless. Am I reading that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just whenever you want to, it can
Change,
transform
change,
into the
change,
outfit you want to
change.
look like.
Either of you would be
Close.
hilarious owning this.
My armor class is less than yours, but
Yeah, go for it.
but
You, plus you don't have
What's your
like
AC
a
now?
disguise self.
16.
I do.
Well, it's pretty. Yeah, you should take it.
Pretty much everyone can disguise himself.
Jester and Laura are fighting right now.
No. You should take it.
I'll look at it. We'll play cards for it.
Should we give this to Yasha for Jester, this potion?
So
Yeah, we'll hold it for
Yeah.
Yasha.
This one's good.
But it's giant.
it's one fight, she just becomes a beast.
Holy shit! Yeah, she should have it. Because that'll
That's what I
affect her
thought.
attacks,
Yeah, she'll turn
right?
into a fucking
Yeah.
monster.
Anyone's melee attacks, any of
1
your
hour.
strength checks for an hour, someone's strength becomes
Yasha
badass.
drinks it immediately. No.
Yeah. No!
I was thirsty.
What's the big deal?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Tastes like Gatorade.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a
That's
I
a
mean,
thing.
that's a
Yeah.
that took me a long time to get to that.
No, that's for 1 hour.
Damn.
yeah, you'll get disqualified from a lot of sports for taking that. That's
Yeah, but
it's for horses.
I have a shield.
Should we get to work on forging those documents for when we make our way in?
Yes. I know what all these kind of ship documents look like. I already forged some, and also I'm around ships and stuff.
All right. So, for this, go ahead and add your proficiency bonus for the forgery kit, as well as your dexterity, to attempt to. Actually, you know, for this, use intelligence, because this isn't copying documents. This is forging documentation that seems to.
You made me do this last time. You made me use intelligence, I think.
Yeah, we're doing intelligence because this is trying to create verbiage and documentation that you think will seem officious.
What if
and believable.
somebody else that is? I think, Caleb, you're very officious. Can he help me sound more intelligent than I am?
He can aid you, and you can have advantage on the roll
Okay.
if he wants to help.
I can also. Wait.
Should I look at the moat, you guys? Should I look at the moat?
The moat?
Does
The shred of fate?
Yeah.
Whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should take a look at the moat.
Okay.
And I will assist you if you care.
Okay, I'm gonna look at the moat.
Me too.
A possibility.
It gives you a motive possibility, but it is the dodecahedron,
Yeah.
I was like, why is it called the moat?
the crystal box, whatever you want to call it.
Okay. So I'm rolling intelligence
Intelligence and proficiency bonus.
at advantage
At
because
advantage.
Caleb's helping me.
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm gonna re-roll again with my moat.
Okay, you roll one more d20.
so much better than the 2 and the 4 that I rolled originally.
Oh.
19 plus
Much better.
1 is 20 plus proficiency is 3, so 23. 23.
23. All right. Using Caleb's aid and the time you have on the ocean, waiting for periods of relatively calm waters.
Plus, I think I'm proficient with forgery. Oh,
You are
that's
at
right. I understand.
That's all good. You do manage to create a number of documents that both declare the ownership of the ship, create a false log of various journeys that you've taken in the ship, as well as forging a few signatures of individuals at Broken Bank that have checked in the ship in the past. Whose name is it under?
Whose name should the ship be under? Should it be Tusktooth, or should it be somebody that's not like a piratey name?
Yeah, that's like legal.
Yeah, like a new sort of name. We can. Do they know any of your names in Nicodranas? I mean, it could be anybody.
Do we want it to be one of us?
Caleb, you could look pretty officious.
Yeah, but we don't need any sort of official
What about
record
Orly?
times.
He's reputable Nicodranian.
I mean, we could
He is.
be giving the ship to Orly.
Orly,
We don't need it.
in no less than 30 words, describe to me why you should have this ship.
Captain. I couldn't possibly.
You seem like really wrestling with the idea of like.
I can certainly caretake it in your absence. You're intending to mosey on northward, right?
Further inland. What I think I'm saying is, the ship is yours once we reach Nicodranas. You can sell it, you can take care of it, whatever you see fit. You've done right by us.
He thinks for himself and goes,
Mighty generous. I can claim ownership by name only. But we all know who the captain of this ship is. If you're going upward to the Empire, I can put the crew to work. Earn a little bit of money for us and you. When you come on back, maybe a little bit of gold in it for you. But ship is always yours.
That sounds quite agreeable, Orly. That'll be all.
Is Orly your first name or your last name?
First name, darling.
What's your last name, Orly?
Skiffback.
Skiffback. Right.
Anyway, good night.
He turns around, makes his way.
With us, make him fight.
I really want a tattoo from him at some point.
Yeah, did you,
From
did you
him?
like
Oh, wait,
learn
did we
how
ever
to do
do-
that from him?
We haven't done it. We need dusted.
It costs
We need.
a lot.
Well, we just need crushed gems in order
Yeah.
to make
We
it.
have some
I
gems.
I have some things.
I tell Jester this. My parents, when they were trying to form me into like a functional member of society, thought it would be a good idea if I got into jewelry making. So I have a jeweler's kit.
So you could maybe like crush some
I could
jewels?
crush gems. Yeah. Just throwing that out there.
Orly!
You hear the heavy footfalls of him turning around and slowly coming back to the chambers.
How hard is it to make a cool tattoo? That's pretty and like the shiny ones?
Well, you need the supplies.
Yeah.
I told you.
They had like 2,200.
Baseline. Then, depending on the kind of tattoo, the cost tends to increase.
We don't have that kind of.
We don't have that kind of
Not yet.
jewels.
One day.
What do you do? Happy to help.
Okay. Thanks, Orly.
No worry.
Turns around and makes his way back out.
No worry.
I'm gonna gather some of my stuff and go to the crow's nest.
Okay.
Did everybody good?
You're going up.
Yeah.
Do you like a good book?
I'm not going to be reading up there, but
I don't mean for tonight, in general.
I'll admit I'm not the best reader, but I've read a couple books.
You have. One of the books that we found in that Bol Ofan is about the corruption of plants.
I would be curious.
I thought you might be.
If you could leave it in my quarters, that would be most agreeable.
Surely.
Thank you.
I'm glad you are traveling with us.
Me too. I've never felt so helpful. I'm going to climb up and set up a little ritual circle in the crow's nest, and I'm going to light some incense, and I'm going to pull out a piece of that weird fruit that I've been slowly growing some mushrooms on and getting a little weird. Eat a little bit of it. I'm going to meditate, and then I'm going to cast. Yeah, let's just cast divination.
Yeah, fluffy little clouds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a light divination.
Divination.
Happy little scratch.
I don't know what.
And I'm
I don't
going
know
to
what
feel out into the universe, and I'm going to wait for whatever sign, whether it be verbal or otherwise, or. I wonder what Vandren's doing right now.
What? What?
The warm, soft, comforting voice like a breeze kind of drifts past your ears as the hot wind unexpectedly through a cold night kind of drifts past your shoulders, staying out of sight, making amends. That's all.
That'll do.
Intrigue.
I head back down.
What the fuck? Leave it to Alex to trip you out with shit you didn't know about.
Oh boy. Backstory.
All right.
I'm good.
Okay, so is there anything else we should do during this travel, or are we going to
I would
bring
like
us a
to
naked
go to
romance?
Caleb really quick and be like, hey, do you happen to finish that copy of Avantika's code for me?
Yeah.
Can I get it?
Yeah.
Thanks.
That it?
Yep. And go to my chambers, and for the rest of the time, I want to try and memorize her code.
Okay. All right. All right. We'll go ahead and keep that in consideration. I'm going to take you a little bit. Most of the trip will help you for a while. You might want to keep it with you just as a reference point.
Okay, at some point in time, like halfway through, I go back to Caleb, like after 24 hours with it, and I was like, okay, I'm trying to memorize this. Figure it might be useful, because you know this code, you memorize this code, you have a photographic memory. Figure if we're ever in trouble, can write messages in this code.
Yeah.
Not too many people know it.
Yeah. You want to take some time with that, and then we could use it. Sure.
Yeah, I've been doing that.
Okay.
Will you help me? Tutor me. Might go a little faster.
Okay. No time like the present. Let's go to work.
Okay.
All right. Cool. So you spend the rest of the trip kind of working together to try and memorize it to the best of your ability. It is a complicated cipher.
Writing.
It's not like a this equals A, this equals B. There's layers to it, but you managed to get the broad strokes of it, and you can keep it with you if you want to.
I do.
All right. So
I'm gonna read that book too, but yeah.
Yeah, no worries.
I'm going to try to spend the time on the deck teaching Sprinkle how to like fetch an item. Like if I show Sprinkle like a button and like hide it somewhere, I want Sprinkle to be able to get their button and bring it back to me.
Okay. Go make an animal handling check for me.
20.
20. Okay. Sprinkle's still a little skittish after some of the experiences on the seas, but seems to have gotten a little more comfortable. I know. And thankfully there isn't a lot of chaos since you guys left the archipelago. But over the next few days, Sprinkle seems to take to it for the button and the bits of food and treats that you provide. So you seem to have taught a simple trick to your weasel.
On the ball eater.
On the ball eater.
The way
Anything else? All right.
Yeah, no, one of the nights, while getting into bed and not curling up at the foot of the bed as we customarily do.
We do.
Yeah. We'll wait in the dark and before I think that she's fallen asleep. Not.
Yes?
How do you feel about returning home?
Oh, well, I don't know if we're 100% sure that we're doing that, but if we did, it would be nice to just sort of swing through and see what, because they said that there was some damage, so maybe just kind of see what damage has been done, and if anyone, you know.
So we're just going to buzz through? There's nothing you want to check in on, or?
Yeah, I'd like to check in, just see how the place is doing, and, you know, if everything's still there, just make sure that everything's okay.
Sometimes it sounds like you don't have much love for home.
Yeah, it's a little complicated. I mean, I really didn't like most of it. Certainly not my clan, as I've told you guys, but you know, there's a few folks that I didn't mind so much. There was one gentleman I wouldn't mind just checking in on, make sure he's okay.
One of your clan?
No, just a friend of mine. A friend of mine that I just wanted.
Not one of your clan?
No, they're not my friends at all. They're bad. No, this was just this halfling man who lived in the town near where the goblins lived, and so I would maybe just want to see if he's okay.
Oh, okay.
He was very special to me, and I just want to. I'm worried about him. Do you have anyone like that?
No.
Well, you do. Just.
You mean, well, not besides you.
Not at home, yes.
Not besides you.
Well.
The clan is all right with you? Is there any friction that we should be?
Oh, I would assume not. No, they're not okay with me. I did not leave on good circumstances, under good circumstances with them. And so, if we pass through, I would either not want to see them, or if we did, be ready for a fight.
So you want to go home briefly, but not to see the clan, but just this one fellow?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I didn't Yeah. I don't. I'm sorry. I'm so nervous about it, but I don't want to see the clan ever again, if I can help it.
So we're going around your home, is what you're saying.
Well, we might have to go through it to get past it, but yeah. I don't really consider myself one of them anymore, and I just want to see if my friend is okay.
Yeah, whatever you need. Whatever you need will do.
This trip on the water was not fun. But
it was pretty interesting, though. You did quite well out there. I mean, obviously you are like a goblin in water, but you did quite well out there.
But we did some good. I feel like we're a little closer as a group, and we got those books for you, right? And when we get some paper and some ink, you can learn some new spells.
No, I'm very pleased with that.
Yes.
I'm also impressed with you. You have a knack. You have the knack. I would know.
You would know that I have a knack for stealing things, or what?
No. Magic.
Oh. Well, yeah, I found that it's pretty fun. You can make people think things that aren't real, and you can even change things from one thing to another.
Hmm.
You're very good at that, aren't you?
I'm proud of you.
We should sleep.
Good night now.
Good night.
After a few days' journey, tending to your various bits of business, eventually the familiar sound of seagulls gathered near the coast meets your ears on the warm, sunny morning. As you come to wake up and glance up into the light of day past the stairs that lead to the deck, you can see the familiar sight of the harbor of Nicodranas. There, the familiar visual of the Mother's Lighthouse greeting you in towards the bay. Caduceus, you can't help but be overtaken with that comforting welcome sense, and you swear for a minute you see her kind of glance your direction. You blink and, that was strange. As you prepare your papers and make your way in towards one of the various openings across the harbor, we'll pick up there next week.
Oh.
It's getting late.
Wow, what a way to start the year.
Oh, man. That was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that we capsized that boat so bad.
That was funny.
Like a badass.
No, I've been sitting on that rule set while you guys are at sea.
This because it's really
cool, and it's gonna happen.
Well, I mean, it's up actually. But Mike Merles at Wizards, he did this Unearthed Arcana a while back in November, I think, for Rules at Sea. And as soon as I was like, ooh, I'll incorporate those whenever it comes up.
Impressive.
I did some adjustments to it, some home brewing, but I was like, okay, maybe it'll no. Well, maybe if no. Well, let's see if Ivantika escapes and they chased. No, she died. Okay, well, they're going to the archipelago, and there is. Okay, cool. No. Okay, well, we're back in Nicodranas, so you guys get to try out the rules and tell me how they went. It's funny. But anyway, welcome back. I missed you guys.
Yeah.
I missed the game.
Yeah.
We missed you guys. We'll be back next Thursday, and then we'll see some of you guys at the art exhibit here in LA next weekend as well.
Oh my gosh, Thursday show, Friday art show,
I know.
Saturday live show. It's gonna be busy.
It's gonna be a crazy week.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna be so sick of you, motherfucker.
No.
you aren't by now, Laura. You ain't got no
right?
excuse by now. But we'll see you guys back here next Thursday. Until then, have a wonderful week. We love you, and is it Thursday yet? Good night.
2019!
2019!